Come on. And an extra come on. Because it's a special episode, a special occasion. Agenda Over Facts, Season 1, Episode 10. Yes, you heard me correctly. Episode 10, Episode DS, Episode 10. I don't know how to say 10 in any other languages, so we move. But yeah, it's a big one. Episode 10. We're here for a decade. Well, in episode years, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know the vibes. Yeah. Season 1, episode 10. You know who it is. You know what it is. It's your dynamic duo. More chemistry than Calvin Phillips and bad boy Raheem Sterling. On a Sunday evening in Wembley. The yin to your yang. The Fanuel to your frequencies. It's the dynamic duo. It's your boy T.
It's the young sage Fanuel.
And we here. I'm gonna say it again. Season 1, episode 10. Niggas thought we would have stopped by now, but we're live up. Coming to you, man. We ain't giving up. But yeah, man. Another week, another episode. How we feeling, Fanuel?
It's good, man. Can't lie, it went quick. Because, bro, 10 episodes is 10 weeks. You deep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
We actually... You know, it's weird because it's like... It feels like we've been doing it for a while, yeah? But then sometimes when, like... I don't know, like I scroll on like our Spotify page or like our Instagram page, Agenda Over Facts Pod, follow us up, or just on like YouTube, and I'm just like scrolling through the episodes. I'm like, damn, like, and I go back to like the first episode. I'm like, damn, like that was actually quite a bit of good. You get what I mean? So it's actually weird. Like it's gone quick, but it's gone like slow at the same time in hindsight. But yeah, it's interesting. It's good. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content that we're giving you. You're enjoying the laughs, you're enjoying the facts, you're enjoying the agendas. We're just going to keep on going and see wherever this thing takes us.
Do you remember that guy? He was like, he listened to the first episode and he was like, you guys aren't going to top this.
Oh, that was my boy. Yeah.
I wonder what he thinks now. Like, I wonder if you would ask him, he goes, yeah, no, you haven't.
That's a good shout. I'll ask him to get back to
me. I'm curious, yeah. But yeah, it's been 10 episodes. Throughout we've got like really, really good feedback. So blessed for that.
No, you're cheeky. That
what?
niggas that because we ain't got visuals yet, yeah. So yeah. I think Fanuel's mum was gonna try coming to his room, yeah, and man just lifted his hand up like, hey, babe. I'm recording. I'm corporate now. I'm big time now. You just gave her one hand. You know the hands there. You know when you're playing centre mid in the middle of the park, and you give the guy that's on your back that stiff arm. If I don't give Mumsy that stiff arm, like hey babe, I'm recording. Just chill.
Do you know what? Speaking of visual, I wish they could see us because we're both donning our England shirt.
England!
Come on, it's coming home.
It's coming home.
What's it? Did you buy yours recently, or have you had it for a while?
I bought mine like last week actually. Do you know, I was just in the mood to just have like an England top, like a, you know, them England retro ones. Yeah. Like, I was just in the mood, and do you know what? I feel as if like past few tournaments, yeah, like I just haven't been in the mood to buy like a top because one, I haven't had expectations, and two, I've just been too broke to even buy a top, if I'm being honest with you. But I feel as if like this tournament, I just feel as if like maybe after like the World Cup, there's a bit of like people, like I don't want to say people are expecting us to win it, but there's like a part in everyone's like spirit and body thinking at the back of the head,
it could happen.
Like, we could win this. Like we could win this. Like we got the squad to go far.
But you know what's jarring? I feel like this happens every time. Like, everyone gets sucked in. Everyone gets excited. And we get knocked out in like the quarters.
You think so? Nah, bro. I feel as if like 2018, like there were no expectations. Everyone was just like after we lost to Iceland last Euros, like there was just no expectation. There was a thing where I was like we'll go and whatever happens. Like we care, but we won't lose sleep over it. Do you get what I mean? And then I feel the fact is if like we over accomplished in a sense. It's and the new crop of like English young players have come through like since the last World Cup. So now people are starting to think, hey, like we got a decent chance here. Do you get me? Yeah.
Something could happen, yeah. No.
But yeah, it's interesting. But I suppose we'll talk about that more when we talk about how our weeks went because it's Monday now. Game was
Yesterday.
Game was yesterday. Fuck me. Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
literally.
Game was yesterday, and obviously that'll just come up when we talk about our weeks in general. To be fair, so
I feel like you should probably go first because you messaged me like in midweek like, yo bro, I've got content. And I saw that message about content. I thought, bro, has this guy got into another street brawl or something?
To be fair, I did see the Middle Eastern done on Tuesday.
They swear. I managed for the WWE belt.
I'm joking. I'm joking. But do you know?
You crack yourself up in it.
Was that supposed to be a shot or inside?
Nah, it's because they can't see you was talking and then you said something and then you started creasing again.
Yeah, but you know I do that a lot, man. I laugh about own jokes. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but
so what happened?
So Monday. To be fair, not much really even happened too tough until like Thursday. So I went into work on Thursday, and then it was one of them ones where it was like they made like a day where like everyone in our team had to like come in just to like meet each other in it, and that was like the first time I'd actually met probably like half of my team in real life, because I hadn't met like half of my team in real life before. So I only met them like virtually over a screen in it. So I was actually a bit excited to go in because I was like, right, like I met these men like over a screen, and I met them like professionally, but I haven't like met you personally and like had a proper discussion with you like one-on-one, like like what do you actually enjoy doing with your life, like just outside of work. Do you get what I mean? So I was actually proper looking forward to it. And you know me, like I just love talking to people in general. Do you get what I mean? I'm a conversationalist. So obviously we went in and like they made like breakfast for us and that, innit? So then that was calm, that was blessed. So then there was like breakfast in the morning, and then but you know it was
what was the breakfast?
Yeah, I was gonna get up to that. See, right? Yeah, man's not even trying to stereotype. Like, you know, black people, man. We don't get shit for free in life.
It's like 2 free plates, wasn't it?
We're not used to get stuff for free in life. We always think that there's a catch when people say free. My economics teacher used to say there's no such thing as a free lunch. But anyway, no pun intended. But anyway, yeah. So obviously, I just thought it'd just be like a croissant fruit thing. So see, there's croissant, there's fruit, there's yogurt, there's a couple bagels, there's a couple like you know, like I don't say like McMuffins, but you know, like them what do you call them? Then like things that have you got what them bread things, yeah, and they're circular, and McDonald's use them for McMuffins. It's like bread. Oh, I sound bad dumb, fam.
It's not crumpets, is it?
Yeah, crumpets. That thing. Oh god, I'm embarrassing myself. Yes, obviously they got like crumpets. They got like them sort of like egg, bacon, sausage ones. They got vegan ones. But see my thing, yeah. On the train, yeah, I said to myself, listen, Toye, let's not embarrass yourself. This is the first time you're meeting a lot of these people. Let's not embarrass yourself. So
beg grease all over your lips.
Yeah, like that. So I was thinking to myself, alright, cool. So if there's that sort of food, let's not go there, because you know how my thing, when I start eating, sometimes I can be a bit aggressive when I'm eating. Man just got sauce coming down. Man's got sauce.
Did you hear that, ladies? Aggressive eater. Did you hear that?
Hey, yo, big.
Hey, big shit dripping off your lips.
Big, just licking it all up, fam.
Hey, go on. Hey, you guys are a menace. He's a menace.
I'm a fox in the box, eh? So obviously, you know my thing. When I eat, sometimes I can be a bit aggressive when I'm with the mandem and that in the pause. So obviously, man seen croissants. I've seen fruit. I've seen a couple, I've seen a couple sandwiches, like sausage, bacon sandwiches. I'm thinking, alright, cool. Let me stay clear from that because I don't want my breath to be kicking. You know, when you're talking and eating, you don't want to be doing a lot in it. So I said, let me keep it humble, innit? Man, just got my plate, got my almond croissant, got my grapes, got my apple.
Oh, what a
Got
shit.
my banana. I even said, let me pack a bit of fruits. I look like a healthy employee.
Oh my days.
So I stayed clear of that. And then one of my colleagues, they're like, oh, like Toye, you'll be healthy. Like, why don't you just grab a bacon sarnie? I'm just like, nah. I'm just like, nah. I'm a bit full up. I'm a bit full from the hourglass. So just keep it corporate.
Yeah.
So obviously, I had that breakfast. That was bare calm. Like, just speaking to like people that I had spoken to before. Then after that, they booked like a couple tables at like a local like bar in it, like bar pub sort of thing in it. So then they booked a couple tables, just a couple drinks in it. Like, just,
Wait, what time is this?
This is after work. This is
Okay.
after working. So obviously just a couple drinks. Obviously my thing, got the beers. You know, keep it steady. Just keep it steady. Like this ain't a uni night out sort of vibe in it. Just keep it calm in it. So then man's had a couple of beers, calm. Had my one, had my two. Maybe I'm like two beers in. Man, you're 2 beers in. You're not yak, but just catching a wave in it, just catching a vibe in it. But still remembering, man, these are my work colleagues in it. So obviously now, I don't know if you've been to like a sort of like bar or pub, yeah, where they've got like shot girls. Like this was new to me. This was the first time I had ever experienced.
Are those the girls that like do shots of their bodies and that? Or?
Nah. They're basically girls, yeah. Like I would say like good looking girls in it, yeah. And they'll basically like walk, like they'll be in like something like a slim dress, something that's a bit tight. Do you get what I mean?
Something to get niggas to spend money, I'm guessing.
And what they'll do, they'll go around table to table with like shots. They had like Jaegers. They had Jaegers in it. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, do you guys want shorts? Like, yeah, do you guys want shorts? So obviously, this thing walked in like to start work. So she was in like tracksuit and that in it, just to like start work. You know, before you actually put on your stuff in it. Yeah. And obviously, she's walked past my table and obviously, kind of nice in it. So obviously, man's trying to pre it, but I'm not trying to pre it to get a drink. So that my colleagues think, wow, this guy's a predator. Why is he pre-ing things in it? So obviously, man's just trying to pre with the side of my eye, but man's not looking too tough in it, because, you know, go for it. Yeah. so obviously now this babe has come out, you know, dressed in. I'm thinking, rah, she's wearing a little cool bunny thing. I don't even know what she got. She got a little sign on. So she comes over now, and obviously me and one other like graduate that started in it. So we're just chatting, just talking, having our own little convo in it. And she's come over with a tray of Jaegers in it. And she's come over on a vibe that, oh yeah, here guys, here's some Jaegers for you, like Jaeger bombs for you in it. So me and the graduate, maybe we're a bit innocent and fickle in it. So we're thinking, wow, this has been paid for by like a manager or director or something like that. No. So we've come to grab it, yeah. And then my boss is like, yo. He was like, Toye, relax. he was like, nah, mate. I was thinking, what God? I thought he's been paid for. He was like, nah. He was like, don't trust these girls. They're trying to trick you.
You know what? They're the equivalent of have you been abroad when it's like those balloon girls? Do you ever get them?
I haven't, but I can imagine them.
Like napping in places. There's always girls that will give you the eye and you think, yeah, man's in. You go over, they'll be like, yo, do you want balloons? You know?
And then it's for like a fuck off extortionate price.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing you was describing, but balloons instead.
Like I've seen brothers do that, like out like party islands, but I ain't seen like Garden do that. But it makes sense for Garden to be doing that still.
So obviously, your boss has said relax. The pockets aren't that deep.
So he's just thinking around like because I was like, oh, haven't these been paid for? He was like, nah, they haven't been paid for. Like this is what they do. And me, like I'm kind of new to this innit, sort of a thing innit. So I'm thinking, raw, like this is what these men do. So then obviously she's heard my conversation with my colleague that I'm chatting to. So now she's looking at me laughing like, oh yeah, like I've been found out sort of a vibe in it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I pointed at her and I was like, you nearly got me. You think you're smart. But I was like, I respect the hustle in it, so do your thing. So she was like, I'll be back. I was thinking, you ain't get my money if you come back, bitch. At the back of my head. So I said, get out of here. Obviously, I didn't say get out of here. But
you rat, get away from here.
I was like,
shoot.
I literally said, get away from me. I don't want to lose money. So obviously, she's gone over to another table. And this table is just like, like guys like in their 30s, 40s, you know.
Shot callers, they got the P to be just be bred
Shot
out.
callers, maybe a bit of them will have a midlife crisis. Some of them got pot belly, some of them are bold, some of them look like they got a bit of cash.
And then they're gonna try and like, impress them shot girls there. Be like, yeah, anything for you, darling. Just drop down like a pinky or a bill.
So she got comfy, like she even sat down on that table, was busting banter with them. Bro, I was like, this girl is doing her thing, bro. Like she's working for her coin. So now I'm seeing them, man. There's like 10 Jaegers on the tray. They've cleared it 10. She's come back, they've cleared another 10. So she's just working that table, innit? So now she's come back to our table, yeah? And maybe I've had a couple more drinks down me, innit? So now I'm riding the wave. I'm not feeling it, I'm riding the wave, innit? Yeah. I'm riding it. So then she's like, oh, I'm back. And I was like, what are you? She's like, I'm back. And do you know what she did? She was like, oh, hi Toye, I'm back. I said, what? How do you know my name?
Your name? Yeah.
Said, what? How do you know my name? I said, look at this sorcery. I said, God, what are you doing to me? So then I look over to the other table and it's my colleagues are laughing at me, innit? So she's gone over to that table and be like, give me his name, sort of a thing, to try and build some sort of rapport with me, innit?
Come on, hey.
So I'm thinking, God, this guy goes south with my other colleagues. I can't be moving her, innit? So I'm thinking, I'm just, in my head, I'm saying steady.
Wait, steady. What ethnicity was she?
Grating.
So I want to know, wait, how did she say your name? Did she say it like correctly?
I told ya, you know that was there. I told ya. This Babylon thing got me, fam.
Hey, bro, I see a mixed rate you called Jaden in your future, bro.
Oh, Micah. You know, like that with curly hair, sight, hazel eyes.
Oh, bro, God.
So she's like, oh, so hi, Toye. I do, huh? I was like, huh? Like, how do you know my name? She's like, oh, you know, she's like, oh, you know, I just know, don't worry. Oh, I said, listen, girls like you, the sort of girls that my mom told me to stay away from. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, we're just having a good time. She was like, you seem like, you know, like you're having a good time. She was like, oh, your juke's a little bit empty. Do you want another one, babe?
Bro, she about to smack you.
I said, first of all, don't call me babe. I said, first of all, don't call me babe.
I know what you want.
I said, I know what you want. I know what you want from me. You don't want me. You want my pockets. So she's like, oh, like, come on. She was like, oh, like, come on, like, don't be boring.
God, and man, she needed this money, man.
She's like, oh, don't be boring. And then, so I'll sit next to like another manager who's like female. She's female. I'm saying X, it makes sense later. And then she goes, yeah, Toye, don't be boring.
Who said that? The manager?
Yeah!
Ah, she's jerk. I took
like,
TT back now.
Don't be boring. So I'm like, so I now in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, alright, cool. First impressions, I've got to play this in a way that they see me as a fun employee, yeah, but I don't want to get too litty and then burst and thinking he can't handle his drink. Do you get what I mean? So it's a bit of a trade-off. You gotta look sociable and fun, because at the end of the day at work, the links you have at work will help you. Do you get me? So you gotta be fun.
So after you've done these calculations, you've gone, can I have half a shot, please? But exactly half a shot.
So then now, one man has been like, yeah, don't be boring. Another girl that one of my colleagues is like, yeah, don't be boring.
They're joke.
I said, come on, get his shots in. Get his shots in. She was like, yeah. She was like, one for me as well.
You know.
I said, just get one for yourself.
She got you.
I said, tough times never last.
Hey, I'm curious to hear how much this round was, though.
You think I looked? I just did. I said, cash earner, provider, prove bridges.
Yeah, alpha.
So it was. I feel as if like my masculinity was so challenged at that point, because it was like,
because of 3 girls, isn't it? 3 girls.
Yeah, they were basically like saying to me like, "Are you a man? Back your chat." Do you get what I mean? It was like back your chat. So I was like, real with that. And then the people that were like, on the other table who obviously gave the girl my name, they're laughing at me while I'm doing the contact list because they're thinking, oh, bro, all it took was her to say, oh, your name.
His name, yeah.
You're starving. So this man thought I was starving, didn't it? So I'm like, that's the way it looks like. I was duped. But them niggas are thinking I'm starving. But yeah, that was just one story that happened. I was bare jokes. And then after that, I was just bantering, catching a vibe, just chatting in general. And before you ask, yes, I got another round. She got me again.
But and the worst thing is, the next day, do you think she flipping remembers your name?
No, she doesn't give a damn about me. But I can't. You know what it is? I accepted that, and I was calm with that. But see them other niggas on the other table, they were like, they were on the vibe like, babe, like, yeah, what you on after? They were like, yes, we saying after, but she was just like, what are you talking about? I was like, you know what?
Wait, did you see that? As in, like, they were actually saying shit like that?
Nah, but you know niggas being niggas. You can tell from body language and mannerisms, like, they're trying to get close to you, trying to be like, yeah, so what are you saying? And she's just like laughing and walking off sort of a thing. So even when I was leaving, I was like, you know what? I was like, fair enough, you did your thing, you earned your money today, innit? So then after that, do you know what it is? I wasn't even waved, like, you know when you're just in good spirits? So I was just in good spirits.
What, like vodka and all?
That was
so dead. I was so dead.
That was a decent one. I was thinking good spirits. I was thinking, vodka. I was like, decent. So then I was actually bare calm. Like, I felt calm. I didn't feel like done out or anything. I was just like bare excited, just bare happy. But it wasn't until like, I feel as if you don't actually realize how drunk you are until you leave everyone and you're on your way home by yourself. And then I was just like the last person that got off the train, so I was just by myself. And then like I was closing my eyes. I was like, let me just try and sleep in it. Just try and sleep and wake up. But then I don't know if you've experienced this, but you know when you're on the train, yeah, like the motion of the train moving sideways, yeah,
it makes you go to sleep.
No, it fucks up your belly. It fucks up your belly. It makes like all the liquid in your belly move around because it's like you're moving bare quick towards one side, and it's like your liquid is moving to the left with you, sort of a thing.
I get that in cars, but not in trains. But I understand what you mean. I think. Was it making you want to? I'm guessing was it making you want to vomit?
Yeah, it was giving me like motion sickness, and I've never got motion sickness in my life. I think it was just like there being bare liquid in my stomach. Like I could feel it going. Do you get what I mean?
That's a banging sound.
Like, I could feel the liquid going. And I was like, I need to get off this fucking train because I'm gonna throw up.
Oh my days!
So I was literally like, I need. So literally like, I was going from like, I remember what station it was. It was like Marble Arch to Notting Hill Gate, and I was going to Notting Hill Gate, and I was like, I need to get off this. So literally like, I shouldn't even be saying this, but literally, fuck me, like,
what did you do?
Sick was about to come out of my mouth, yeah.
And
whilst I was on the train, innit? Whilst I was on the train. And then I was like to myself, like, I cannot throw up on this train while people are just here. That is just embarrassing and disgusting, innit? So, I basically had, I don't know why, I had a spare vest in my bag. I don't know why, but I had a spare vest in my bag, innit? So I basically used the vest to cover my mouth. But sick was trying to come out, so I basically tried to like swallow the sick whilst I was on the train.
Bro, you're an animal. You're actually.
I basically swallowed it momentarily, yeah. And then when it said this is Notting Hill Gate, zoom, doors open, I ran to like a bin. I just.
At least you made it, though. At least you made it.
In the bin. And then I got back on the train, yeah. One stop, I got that motion sickness again in it, so I just got off.
Again?
Threw up again. Then I just ordered a cab. I just ordered an Uber from there. I went home. Yeah, it was disgusting.
Fucking hell, man.
That was basically the day when I was drinking with my colleagues. But all in all, it was actually such a calm day. Like I felt as if I've gotten to know all of my colleagues on like a personal level now, and it was actually it was such just a wholesome day. That was like
how many of them? How many of them was it like your first time meeting?
like 7. Maybe like 7
And
people.
And roughly, what's the age difference? Were you one of the youngest? Were you kind of just the norm?
Probably the youngest because I'm a graduate in it. So I'm like the most junior in the team. So everyone's a bit older, but it's like because everyone else has kind of come as graduates as well. It's like people above me are only like 1-2 years older than me.
I hear that. So
and even the managers are like relatively young, like late 20s, early 30s sort of a vibe. So like, everyone's relatively young. Like a bus or combo with everyone. Do you get what I mean?
I hear that.
Yeah, but it was back home. But that was like my first day. I feel as if you can take over because something else happened during the week, but we can go back and forth maybe sort of a thing.
Oh, no, I'm trying to think anything can like actually happen. Thursday.
I'm sweating like a pig.
You know what? These England shirts are so bad for it. Like they just instantly make you stink.
Do you know it's the material of the retro ones, isn't it? The material of the retro ones are very like thick, and it's not that Nike dry fit thing that like absorbs the sweat and that.
They're weird. This is proudly lingers it.
Well, it's coming home, so we gotta wear it, Fanuel. Geezer.
Something that did happen, like, so a while ago, I reconnected with a friend because we just saw each other. We just bumped into each other one day. We was like, yo, should we go for a walk another day? I was like, cool. So we had a walk, and this week we had our second walk in it. And then we were just talking and catching up here. And then I must have been giving him my normal Fanuel spiel about dreams, innit?
Is this the person that you saw in co-op? Sorry to cut you off.
No, someone else. So, and I love doing this thing where I'll get people to tell me their dreams and we'll play a game of like trying to analyse what the dream means.
Oh, you love this dream.
I love it.
Man. You ain't letting it
love
go.
It. Bro, and I find it so fun because deep it, like most people will have a dream and be like, and I've noticed it, they'll be like, bro, it's the weirdest dream. I don't get what it means. And then slowly I'll ask them questions and we'll piece together what that dream meant in their like modern day, as in their actual life. Do you get me? So there was one dream that was abstract, but then there was one that was just like weird, didn't he? He goes how it was weird. So the main part of the dream is this. He goes how he saw his cousin covering a homeless guy with a green blanket. Yeah.
He saw his cousin covering a homeless guy with a green blanket.
Yeah. And then he goes to chat to his cousin like another day or whatever. And then he tells her about the dream, and she goes, yeah, no, like a few months back I gave this homeless guy like a green blanket and some socks. Is that weird?
Yeah. But
what do you think about that?
Did your friend know?
No, that was the first time he was hearing it.
Your cousin did that.
No, that was the first time he was hearing that his cousin did that.
No, that's
he just
fine.
had, yeah,
that's fine.
And he said it was a different shade of green. I was like, bro, it doesn't matter. It was still a green blanket on the homeless person.
Do you know what it is? Usually for them sort of things, I would say it's a coincidence, yeah. But that's too specific. You get what I mean? It's too specific and too on trend with what actually happened. That
weird, isn't it? Weird, isn't it?
Fanuel, you need to stop doing this stuff because we have a podcast together. So naturally, I'm always with you. You need to. I don't want them spirits around me.
Funnily enough, yeah. So then you were talking about the guy in co-op, yeah. So I must have seen him, because every time I go co-op, I'll check him. Like, yo, you say, and then he'll come out and we'll just chat for a bit. So then me and him got to talking, and he was telling me how he's currently having sleep paralysis, isn't it?
Oh shit!
And I was like, raw, because I've been trying to have it. Right? In it, I've been trying to have it. So I'm like, yeah, how's it going? And he's like, how? So yeah, he just keeps having it. It's annoying. He keeps seeing this black entity, this and that. And I was like, yeah. So we're just talking about it. And then he goes how he has one story about, I think it was his uncle, or his uncle or something. How basically he was in bed with his wife, and I might be butchering this story, but the main bits that go are valid. So one of them in that bed has a dream about a jinn in the corner. A jinn is a demon in Islam, innit? So that they have a dream about like some jinn in their room, innit? Then they wake up, and then the other ones like woken up, and then they've gone, yeah, no, I had a dream about a demon in my room. And then the other person goes, what, that one there? Pointing to the exact place where the person had the dream and the jinn was. And they were just both there staring at it. Weird, isn't it? Weird, isn't it?
You're bad vibes to all your friends and family.
Weird, isn't it? And then Saf told me one other story, yeah.
Go
So no, first off, how do you explain that? Because I try and be as skeptical as I can in it. But how are two people seeing the same gin and they're both awake?
That's above my pay grade, bro. That's above my pay grade. You ask me questions I can't. It's above my pay grade, and I don't even want to be in that pay grade. I don't want to be in that pay grade. Listen, I'm all about self-improvement, self-development, expand your brain. But sometimes, nigga, ignorance is bliss. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, man. It's bliss.
So then, there's another one, because I've been seeing bare people that told me little stories. So Saf must have gone how she had a family member that they basically did a house swap with another family in it.
Oh yeah.
So her like relative or family was like Muslim, and then the people that they did the house swap with was Sikh, and it was that house had been in that family's generations for generations, granddads, all of that in it. So there's a lot of history in that yard. So then the Muslim family that are now living in the old Sikh house they used to pray in it, and they used to feel this mad weight on them when they would try and pray. Like, like when Muslims pray, they like they're on their knees and they go down, like they bow in it.
Yeah.
They would feel like someone's pushing down on them and not allowing them to get up in it.
Is this the Muslim family in the Muslim house?
No, this is the Muslim family in the Sikh house.
They said that when they were praying, they felt something pulling
and
them
it was
down.
collective. And then they were like to the point where they would come out of the room just red faced from just prayer, because of all the energy there. Like some were saying they wouldn't be able to get back up because of the pressure. What the hell is that?
Again, above my pay grade. And listen, I don't want to try and answer them questions because them spirits that are causing that, they're everywhere listening in. Ready to kill off the people that are asking too many questions.
You know what's jokes? Like, I think eventually I'm out.
I wanted to scare you up, fam.
Bro, I can't lie. Like, at this point, I've been trying to do things in aid of trying to see them, but it's just not. It's not happening yet. But apparently, the key thing is patience, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, that's not something that's just gonna happen like overnight. I feel as if that's something that you gotta be chipping and chiming at for months,
for time,
years, probably, years,
but,
bro.
I think other than that, I'm trying to think. There was stuff that happened Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday was my first driving lesson.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna prompt you into that if you forgot that because the messages that you were sending me on Saturday. In fact, let me even get them up now. Oh my god, I saw your messages. I was like, this nigga thinks he's so funny, fam. Good. I'm just doing music in it, just. Sorry, I'm taking so long, guys. I'm just trying to pinpoint.
I can hear the fans. I can hear the listeners just like unanimously booing. Like, boo.
No. Alright, cool. Oh yeah, we were talking on like Friday or Thursday, and then we were just talking about how long your lessons were gonna be, and then you were like, I have a feeling I'm gonna be a hard driver. And I was thinking, this nigga doesn't even know what's gonna slap him, because your first lesson, like, I don't know about me, but the people that I've spoken to and me, after my first lesson, I was like, this driving thing is looking tight, you know. I was like, this driving thing, I was like, it's enjoyable, but it's tight. As in, I was thinking, how am I gonna be ready to pass?
You know what? Do you remember your first lesson?
Yeah.
So just explain how and then I'll compare it. And how did your first one go?
My lesson was like 2 hours. That's another thing I'd recommend. If you're doing lessons, I would say the minimum time you should make your lessons is an hour and a half. Because I feel as if, even my instructor was saying it, he was like, people do hour lessons, but it's so like,
it's not enough.
It's not enough, because like, let's say you're doing an hour, alright, cool, you're driving to like the area where like you're doing your test. Let's say that takes maybe like 5-10 minutes. Then it may take like another like maybe like 10-15 minutes to actually like get comfortable like with clutch control if you're doing manual. If you're not doing manual, you're a pussy. to get like just to get warm, get sharp with like your clutch control, you're changing with the gears and stuff, and then let's say like 25 minutes is gone, then you do a bit of driving for like 10-15 minutes, you do that a bit of like maneuvers for like another 10 minutes, that's another 20 minutes, 40 minutes, then when it reaches like 45 minutes, like you're starting to go. Yeah, it's time to make your way back home because your instructor has another lesson. So then I would say if you're doing that lesson, I would say try and make it like an hour and a half minimum. I did hour and a half, 2 hours, and I felt hour and a half was a good enough time. 2 hours good enough time. So then but mine was 2 hours. I remember like fuck me. I remember like I got in the car and then my instructor was like, oh yeah, so like have you done any lessons before? Have you passed your theory, all that sort of stuff? Like get your mirrors patterned, get your seat patterned, get everything patterned, get comfortable. Then at first he was like, oh, let's drive to like a secluded part of like the area. So he drove to like a secluded part of the area. We just getting comfortable a bit. Then obviously did all of my stuff, mirrors, seat, So then he was like, oh yeah, so Toye, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna move like 5-10 meters in front of us, just to get you familiar with the biting point. So then like I was like, yeah, calm, can't be that hard. You just lift it up. Let the car talk to you.
You see how he said to you, like, we're just gonna try and go 5-10 meters ahead, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now this is what I expected, innit? I'll leave it at that. That's what I expected my lesson to be like.
So then I did that. I just lifted up. I lifted it up the clutch very quick, yeah.
And did you stall it?
The car just did do.
Yeah, you still did it. Yeah.
Moving like one EastEnders ending, like do. But really, he was like, oh, no worries, so we just take it back and start again. But I was still in bears for like the first like 15-20 minutes to the point where I was like, this is pissing me off. I want to get out of the car, sort of thing. And he realised I was starting to get bare pissed off. He was like, Toye, just relax, just keep it
panicking,
calm, keep it calm, you're good. Then after like 20-30 minutes, then maybe that's when I started getting into like the groove of like starting, stopping, clutch control, all of that sort of stuff. Then like did like the 3-point turn. I don't think that's a maneuver anymore actually.
What's a 3-point turn?
3-point turn, that's when it's like, let's say like you're going like straight, but then you want to turn around and then go the other way. So then 3-point turn will be like...
You did that too in your first lesson?
Yeah, I did that on my first lesson.
Raw, I didn't get that.
But I don't think it's a maneuver anymore. I'm pretty sure it's not a maneuver anymore. That's when like you you spin and reverse, then you go. Actually, fuck. Am I explaining this right? I'm gonna say it anyway. That's when like you reverse, then like you go forward, then reverse again, then like then like exit out, so like you have enough space to like turn around, sort of a thing. So I did that maneuver, then drove around for a bit, like went to like I was like using like back roads, and then we went on like the main road for like maybe like we like go on the main road, then turn onto like turn back onto the back road, then go back on the main, then turn back onto the back road, just to get comfortable with me like going onto the main road and that. But that was about it, to be fair. That was calm. It was alright. But I remember like the first hour, I was like, oh, I don't want to drive.
Say swear.
Yeah, like the first probably that 40 minutes, I was like, fuck this. I was like, I'm never gonna pass.
Was it not smooth like at all? At any bit driving in that first lesson?
Towards like the last like 25 minutes.
Did you stall in that bears, or like did you stop bears in it?
Like during like the first hour, a bit, yeah. Like I was stalling a bit, and then like when I thought I was getting comfortable, like, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting better at this, I would stall again. I'd be like, oh fuck. But yeah, it was calm. I reckon maybe like towards like the last like, 10-15 minutes, like I was starting to feel it, and I was like, oh shit, I really enjoyed the last 10-15 minutes. But then the beginning, oh fucking hated it. Yeah, fucking hated it. Hated it. And I was like, TFO ain't so bad, fam. Literally, fam. How was your first lesson though?
So mine was like 3 hours, innit?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he's come to collect me. Bro, I was gassed. I was so gassed. I just wanted to get in the driver's seat. So he takes me to like same place, like a similar place to you, where it's like there's just less traffic, like more empty back roads, whatever. So we stopped there, and now he parks up, and then he gets like a pen and paper out, and he kind of goes to explain what is actually happening when you press the clutch and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't like that. It made better. I was like, okay, that makes better sense. And he was
It
like,
makes mechanical sense, yeah.
Yeah. So
especially for like people like us that do them sort of like subjects.
and
Yeah,
that.
like
So
you want to know
like,
intuition behind it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so this is making sense. And he's like, this if you do this, like then it will stall. If you he was just like showing me what happens if you have too much clutch or too much like gas or whatever, innit? So he's explaining it for maybe like 10 minutes, then 15 minutes. And then he goes, alright, cool, let's switch. I'm like, calm, at best. So then I'm thinking he's gonna do what you did, innit? Where it's like, okay, I just slowly go. He's like, okay, now I even still remember it. So it was like ignition, then it was clutch all the way down, then it was choose your gear, then it was what's it? Accelerate, find biting point, yeah, handbrake off, then go in it.
Was it a little like acronym sort of a thing, like a checklist?
Yeah,
sort of
literally.
He was giving you, yeah.
So then, like, he just goes, yeah, go on then, start driving. I'm like, what? Like, just go.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, like I've come for lessons for a reason. You're just telling man go. Like, if I was to just go, I wouldn't have needed you, bro.
You were thinking, nigga, then we have to go through some sort of protocol.
Word on God, I was thinking, what, are you letting any nut job just get in the car and start driving?
Yeah.
So, bro, I just started driving. I was like, raw, like, didn't like.
I'm
was
moving.
like, yeah, and then he was like, okay, good. You're like very straight. This and that. I was like, cool. I don't know why he was questioning my sexuality, but yeah. So I'm driving.
You fucking idiot.
No, dude. So I'm driving now, yeah, and then like do my first turn, and like so I'm driving, and then he'll be like, okay, now turn now, and I'll delay a bit because this is my first fucking time driving, and like he'll be like, oh, you delayed a bit, so okay, I was like, yeah, I delayed because I've never taken a left turn before, but calm. And then, bro, the rest of it was just calm. We're just driving around. I didn't stall, but there was, I think I only hit the curb like once, and he had to just intervene. But like, oh, because it's his car.
you know what's there, yeah. You know, if I jokes about driving these trucks is when they do that, they're so quick to get their hands onto the steering wheel. It's like someone's about to die. They get quick and they just, and you know, it's when like they move their hand with so much aggression onto the steering wheel, but then when they get there, they're like, "Oh, it's alright. We just move to the right."
No, literally.
Just steady the ship. Like, I can't lie. If I was a driving instructor, yeah, I would be para 24s, bro. Like I'm gonna die or something.
Because bro, that's what I would think it would be, because you have no idea about the person getting into your car, innit? But there got to a point where I was just driving. I mean, we were just having full on. I felt like I was whipping. I was like, yeah, no, this and that, red tear, just take this turn. Yeah, no. So basically, brake, down the hill, I could ease my braking, and then like by the end of it, my braking got 30, because he was like, the hardest bit to clock is braking, innit? And by the end, my braking was decent. But he was like, try and find a friend to practice clutch control with, because we did this one bit, and it was just like, just by manipulating the clutch, bare drivers are gonna listen to this and be like, yeah, bro, like we know, but yeah. And bare newbies gonna be like, what the hell is this? So then like, it was like how just by manipulating the clutch, you could move the car forward and then slowly move it forward. I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah.
Then yeah, the lesson ended. It was kind of like he was just telling me about his family and everything and all this other stuff. Then he dropped me home, and that was my first lesson done. Can't lie, I feel like I'm gonna be a sick driver, because I could tell he was basically saying, yeah, no, I seem to be quite natural at it. I was calm still.
So you're gassed.
I'm gassed still. Bro, I was thinking all that fucking meditation, I'm obviously gonna be wavy, man. Like,
They don't see it. They don't see the frequencies you're operating at, bro.
Tell a lie. What bugged me one time, it was like, I'm driving, and then there was just a car coming towards me, and that kind of bugged me out. I was like, it's mad. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna bug out now, but imagine I bugged out, I could just crash into that car.
Yeah. But then I feel as if that just comes with the more you drive, the more that happens to you, so the less worried you'll be. Because I remember I was like that as well when I first started. I was like, whenever I saw a car coming towards me, like a bigger car, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna get absolutely smashed.
Yeah. What's it? But it got me thinking. I saw something about, I feel like you'll be able to better explain it, this congestion charge stuff, or the new zones or whatever.
Oh. I was actually talking to my friend about that during the weekend. We'll probably get into that later, what I did on the weekend. But yeah, so basically fucking, you know how there's two different congestion charges? There's a congestion charge, and then there's ultra low emission zone.
Mm-hmm.
So then ultra low emission zone is basically your car has to like give off at least, or a minimum amount, no, a maximum. There's like a threshold in it. Sorry, there's a threshold of like emissions that your car can give off, and if it gives off more than that threshold, then if you go in that ultra low emission zone, you have to pay a daily fare to actually go into that zone. I think it's £12.50. I literally paid it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. But that even reminds me, them fucking niggas gave me a ticket and I fucking paid. For fuck's sake. But anyway, that's me going off on a tangent. But so if your car I think emits more than that threshold, then if you go into that zone, you gotta pay £12.50 per day. And then but if your car doesn't emit that amount, then you can like go in there and be calm, sort of a thing. And in come October 20 this year, I think, I want to say 15th, I don't know, I think it's 15th, and they're expanding that ultra low emission zone, because at first it was just like inner London, like kind of like Mayfair, like them expensive sort of like areas in it, but they're expanding it to anywhere within the North Cirque and South Cirque. So that's basically like,
bro, I don't know what that driver to me.
Oh, drivers, A406. Drivers know them roads. Nah, it's basically North Cirque and South Cirque is basically like London. It's basically London.
That's fucked, isn't it?
Like inner London sort of a thing, like inner London.
So then, do you know what cars won't be in that? Or like, what's the? You can check.
You can basically put your number plate into like a gov website, and it tells you if your car is like ultra low emission zone verified or not. Like mine isn't. So if I was to basically go into like the A406, so like if you live in like, I can really talk about West London because like I'm from around them sides, but basically like if you're going into places like, I don't know, like Acton, or like you're going a bit inner like Hammersmith, something like that, like you're going in a bit more like Westfieldy sides, then you basically got to pay £12.50 per day. So if you're doing that, I don't know, like to be fair, more time me, like where I live, I'm not in that zone, do you get what I mean? So if I'm driving around my local area, I don't technically have to pay it, do you get what I mean? So but it kind of depends like how much you drive, where you're driving to on a daily basis. But I think just depending, I think it might just have to be a thing where I just have to change car like come like around end of the year or early next year. Because paying that £12.50 like every day if you're going like certain places, it's just a bump, bro. It's just a bump, and it'll just add up. It'll just add up as another expense.
Do you think you'd get like a similar, like you see the car you have now?
Yeah.
Do you think you would get a similar car to that, which is lower emissions, or would you try and go for a completely different car?
Well, I'll have to get a newer car in it, because if I get a similar car, it would still be above the threshold of emissions it's given off. So I'll still have to pay that.
Wait, so how new? What, like a 2020 plate or something?
Nah. Man's not got them peas. Man's not got them peas, bro. Man's not got them peas. But like, just a newer model, innit? Just a newer like car or a new model.
Would like a 20? I'm probably asking like.
I actually don't know, bro. I actually wouldn't know.
Okay, so be random. No,
like my sister has a 15 plate, yeah, and her car, like she can go into ultra low emission zone.
Okay, thank God, because if she couldn't, then I'm not going to be able to afford a 16.
It's techie.
Word. But yeah, what's it? I'm trying to think. So then, what happened on your weekend?
Weekend, my friend goes Bournemouth Uni, large of Max. So it was like during the week, yeah. One of my guys was going through some challenging, tough times.
Was it uni?
Nah, just
something else.
Yeah, just something else. I don't think he'll let me say it.
Wait. Is his name that Omax guy?
Nah, it's my guy Ed. Still, he was going.
Ed.
He was going through some tough times.
If you're listening, bro, I believe in you. You got this, bro. Whatever it is, you got this.
He was going through some tough times, innit? So he just wanted like all the man them to link up in that sort of a thing, innit? So he rang us on Tuesday saying, "Hey man, we need to link." But I was like, we were like, "Nigga, like, bro, some of us have uni, some of us work tomorrow." Like,
he's like, "No, bro, we need to link."
He was like, "Bro, man, we need to link up. I need to get out of the house." I said, "Bro, we can't do that, fam." So then my guy was like, "Oh, you man, like England's playing on Sunday. You might as well just come Bournemouth for the weekend, innit? Like weather's good, England's playing. It'll be a nice vibe." So then, same as I was saying time ago with niggas, like usually you'll say like, yeah, we're gonna do this, but you don't actually end up doing it, sort of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually ended up going. We went like, well, I got there like Saturday evening, and then some of my friends got there like Saturday like afternoonish sort of a thing. So then we got there, and then my friend,
and is my man there as well?
Yeah. So all my guys are there. So then I met them there. I got there around like 10:30ish. So then my guy had booked like a table, like just for like cocktails and that, innit? But then that table was for 10. I got to Bournemouth at like 10:30, and then when I got there, my guys were still getting ready. So then I was just like, we're not making this. Like we were all like, we're not making this sort of a thing, innit? So then my guy rang one of his guys, and he was like, "There's like a club, there's a club in Bournemouth that's like open right now, innit?" But then when we rang, all the tables were fully booked for the night. So basically, what it was a club, yeah, but it was bare weird, bro. So like it was a club, but what it was that instead of like people standing up, there were tables all over the club. And then you could have tables of 6 in the club. So it was like, you'd be on your table, and then the DJ would be playing music like a normal club, but then you'd just be in your table catching a vibe with some drinks. Like, it was bare weird. It was weird, but it worked at the same time. I can't lie, it worked.
Can you talk to other tables?
Yeah, you could, because the tables were like, they were 2 meters away, but the tables were like, the way it was spreaded, like, you could kind of stretch a bit if you wanted to like talk to another table or like vibe with another table sort of a thing.
This is so weird. Right.
And like, if you really wanted to, you could probably go from table to table without like the security guards really clocking at that. Do you get what I mean?
But were they there like trying to enforce it?
Yeah, so like if you were standing up trying to dance and like, they'll be like, sit down. But then you could sneak a little dance for 1 minute, then the security guards will be like, yo, bake sort of a thing.
Wait, I thought you said everyone's standing up. Is everyone sitting down?
Nah, people are sitting down in the tables because you couldn't stand up.
Oh. That's weird.
It was weird, but it worked. It was, but maybe, do you know what I think it was? I think it was a bit of it like, we've been starving for so long to go out, so then like, even though it wasn't the full experience, it made do sort of a thing. Like, it made do. Yeah, like, we'll take anything. So then, obviously, we rang them, they were like, there's no tables for the rest of the night, innit? But then we said, listen, let's just chance our luck in it. we said, let's just go there and see what we can do when we get there, sort of thing. You know, niggas being niggas. We didn't take no for an answer. For certain situations, no, you know, like that. Consent.
I don't like to use evidence in hella court cases.
So then, and one of my guy that goes uni in Bournemouth, innit? He's one of them guys where like he's got the gift of the gab. Like he could sell air to you. He could sell sand to a sandsman. Do you get what I mean? Sort of a thing, innit?
I think the term you was looking for, is it water to a fish or something? I think it's something like that anyway.
It's something like that, but you know what I was trying to say. You know what I was trying to say. I
heard you say air, and I was thinking, who's he going to say that you sell air?
Yeah,
that's hard.
I fucked it. I was going to say, and then I thought after I said sell air to Avatar. And but then people didn't get that. That's an anime joke.
Because I kind of feel like I'm wrong as well, but go on. I think I'm wrong.
Sands to a sandsman. Air. Water to a fisherman. Water to a fisherman.
Oh my days, that's racist.
What? Go on.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Nah, say it.
No, because I was like, so on Reddit it goes, what's your favourite? He could sell a blank to a blank saying. I don't find this funny, by the way, but it's because he could sell sand to an Arab.
Sand to an Arab?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's not racist. That's not racist.
That I'm pretty sure that definitely is racist.
I don't think that's racist. I think that's a stereotype.
What?
And I've heard that saying before. He can sell sand to an Arab.
Wait, so what's the stereotype?
I don't think that's racist.
What, that they're
I
sad?
think that's a stereotype.
Wait, what's the stereotype?
This kind of links back to what we were talking about last week.
Wait, bro. A
I don't
stereotype.
think that's actually racist.
No, bro. Wait, a stereotype implies a choice or something. So it's like, a stereotype is that all black people eat chicken, isn't it? Whereas if this one is like Santa and Arab, like, what are we saying that Arabs choose to live in that sand or what? I don't get what this. I think it's just.
I thought they were just trying to say that in the Arabic countries there's a lot of sand, so it's easy. It's easily accessible. Like, I thought you were gonna say something fucked, like fucked.
What is that shit? Sorry.
We move.
Anyway, go on.
So obviously we get there, we're burst. We're all burst. I think we were just drinking more because I was like, we're just excited to be out. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then obviously we're burst, yeah. So then my guys are like, hey, let's just all like leave my guy to like talk, because obviously he knows some of the security guards in it because he's been to the club before, innit? So then obviously he's working. It's been like 10-15 minutes. We're thinking we're still outside, we're still waiting. It's definitely no. And then we went across the road just like vibes and just talking, and then like he's like, hey man, them just gives a little wink and like, come on, I patted it. So like, come on, my guy patted it. Got in there and that was a good vibe. But then bro, again, what? These short girls, man. Fuck!
Bro, wait, maybe.
Then I started thinking, am I a simp?
What do you mean?
They got me again, man.
They
got me again.
Bro, I can't lie, yeah. This one you're a simp, because the first one maybe it's like I'm trying to lay a good impression on my bro. With this one, it's niggas you already know.
this one, yeah. They're bringing drinks, yeah. So then we got a couple rounds, like you know how just my guy got a couple rounds, I get a couple rounds, I got a couple rounds, and then what they did is something cheeky, innit? They basically we bought like a round of like shots, yeah, and then the girl bought a round of shots, and then with those shots she brought extra Jaegers for each of us, and then I was buying them shots, and I was like, excuse me, darling, like, I didn't order these shots. And she was like, oh, yeah, I know you didn't, but, you know, I thought you would like it. Like, you said, like,
get
the guy,
the
but, like, say,
fuck out of here. Nah.
But then, do you know what happened? Do you know what it is now? You can't say, yeah, or, like, take it back. Because then you look like a
dickhead.
You look like a dickhead. One, you look like a dickhead. And two, you look like a brokey. So now, I feel as if they know that. So now they're exploiting the fact that, He done like a brokey in front of his friends, in front of a girl like me. So I said, just leave them here. I said, just leave them here.
Alright, if you had to guess, how much damage is that? If you had to guess,
damage as in what?
Now, how much do you think that round cost?
It was probably just like an extra like £15. But it was just like £15. I wasn't planning to spend.
Oh, it's just nothing in it. My bad. I said it's just an extra £15.
Oh, shut up, man.
That's a man's food stamps for a week, you know. man can spill that on a few drinks. Cash earner.
But nah, it was a good vibe. And then we watched the England game on Sunday, and then that was calm. But do you know what? I like. So that after that happened, yeah, she did the same thing to my other guy as well. Do you get what I mean? So then obviously after this happened to my guy, yeah, I've tapped my guy, yeah, and then we both looked at each other like, they got us. Like, they got us, isn't it? So I was just thinking, bro, this pretty privilege thing that girls have. Bro, we fall for it, man. We fall for it. Because, you know, even me, yeah, after that first one that happened on Thursday, I was like, that's just a hiccup. Like, as you were saying, that's just, like, work. I'm just trying to, like, make a good first impression. But then this second time, I woke up, I was thinking, bro, am I a simp?
Nah,
this pretty privilege thing is mad. And the girls, they know it. They know it.
It's mad though, that because I wonder what the interviews for those jobs are like. Because it must be a straight, if you're dead, you're not getting the job. Because it's pure business, isn't it? Not to be mean, but that.
I swear it's like against the law to employ someone based on their looks.
So how does the modelling world work?
That's true. Did I just make that up on the spot?
No. I'm pretty sure I've heard that as well.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard that, yeah.
But then, do you know what? I think, like, I feel like that's for certain jobs, like a lawyer or like a job where your appearance shouldn't be a determining factor in the quality of you doing your job. Whereas this type of job, it is.
Like that's
Like,
that's the be and end all. That's
of
literally your
that
value.
job, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I would assume, like being a nigga, being a guy, and seeing the way that I myself and other guys have responded to these kind of things, the more quote unquote dead a girl is, the fuller that tray is staying. You get me?
Oh, 110%. You think a dead tick could be like, oh, I thought you'd like it, so you know. I was saying, bitch, what you know about me? I was like, what do you know about? Man, think that's so bad.
Do you know what it is? I think I've noticed that, and a lot of guys will agree. Where it's like, because we even like us men have had these conversations in our friendship groups, and I've had them in others, and it's like, the prettier a girl is, something happens to man them. Like something happens in your brain where you kind of just melt a bit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah.
Like you're willing to forego more things that maybe you had more of a stable, firm, like stance on. So imagine if you step in, you go, "I'm not buying shots today," whereas then boom, a girl that you did not expect to see with a like a mad appeal, and it's usually sexual appeal.
It's sex
That's
appeal,
what,
yeah, sex appeal.
That's why.
Sex appeal.
That's why they'll wear, like they'll make them dress in these skimpy outfits, innit? To appeal to our animalistic, lower level nature. Give me the shots. Give me the shots. You know what I'm saying? And it works
this
every
guy
time.
said it for me. This guy said it for me.
No, bro, it's because it's worked with me as well, but with balloons abroad, didn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I remember so vividly. Like, this girl was moving around bare, and I was thinking, I'm in it. Like, she was giving man the eyes bare, and I was like, listen, I know I'm cute. This is something else. I was like, calm.
I feel a bit special.
Yeah, I was like, look, mum, I was like, because I remember, like, for that trip, yeah, for like the day or two I'd been there, I wasn't getting no place. I was like, you know what? Yeah, you go, it's enough for the scrapbook.
You know what's there, fam? Sometimes your shots aren't hitting the target.
For real. And then I'm thinking, why does she keep smizing at me? I do you know what smizing is.
That's when you do. That's smizing. That's when like you give them that little glare and smile sort of a thing, innit? Like the sexy look.
Yeah, I think it's just I think Tyra Banks made it, or I might be wrong. It's like smiling with your eyes, isn't it? Which I was school. She was doing that bare, and I was like, say nothing, partner. Let's get this show on the road.
It's cracking.
And I should mosey on down there, and I see a fucking box full of canisters.
Cracking.
Like, oh.
You didn't get that, but so I'm pussy off.
And I did. Come on.
So why didn't you laugh? Well, funny.
You literally went cracking, and then you didn't find it funny. I don't have a space to laugh at it.
You did, but so normal. Pussy up.
But yeah, this pretty privileged thing. I don't think males experience it that much.
I think they do.
It?
I think they do, but they have less opportunities to utilize it because more time, we're the ones doing the hunting and the looking and the moving too. So it's like, when do we actually get to use it? But I suppose technically, when you're moving to things, you're low-key using you're pretty privileged as a man to an extent, because she's not, the more better looking you are, the more receptive she is going to be to you. Like, if you're like a painting, if a guy's good looking and he has dead game, she's probably willing to forego his dead convo and his dead personality because he looks good looking. That's why ugly ass niggas need to be funny.
And these have hella game, yeah. So do you know what's jokes?
Yeah.
Like, so in that way that you're like, how like a guy that's deader can afford to have like less of a personality, but the girls and the way that they interact with him will make him think he has a TT personality. Do you get me?
Say that again.
So because these girls, as you said, are foregoing a lot of the standards they'd usually set for other niggas, because this nigga now looks better. You know, it's even it's a genetic thing at the end of the day. When someone's attractive to you and you want to mate with them, it's because somewhere in you, your body's going, I want that DNA. That's really what's happening.
Yeah.
I want to copulate or whatever. So, like with guys, and it's with both genders, but like, and I'll get onto the girls in a sec. But with guys, it's like, you can have guys that maybe might not necessarily ever need or ever have the opportunities to form those character building moments and those character building characteristics. Do you get
Why?
me?
Nah, I don't.
So then, okay, so in the same way that you were saying how, like, ugly niggas need to be funny, ugly niggas need to be this, whereas a lot of good-looking guys won't have to form that, but won't know that they haven't formed it, because the girls will admire and validate regardless. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then they'll think that their personality is automatically good because they're still getting pussy.
Yeah, it's a risky thing, and then like, it happens there with I've always wondered, yeah, with girls that are really pretty. Like, it must be weird to them, innit? Because then every nigga is sexualizing them a lot to an extent. Or not, you know, they are. It's not even to an extent, they are, innit? And they're
To an extent.
We say to an extent, but they are. Like, because I said to an extent because that's just what I always say, but then I clocked. Nah, niggas are sexualizing them. And
Nah,
sexualizing.
You can see a good looking girl, yeah. You can see a good looking girl, and not think, oh, I want to fuck her so bad.
Maybe not at the forefront of your mind, but the thought is there. It's just veiled as something else. Because, bro, think about it, yeah.
But then, alright, cool. Let me laugh. But then, is it still sexualized? This may be a bit technical, yeah. But is it still sexualizing her if, even though you have that thought of, I wouldn't mind sleeping with her, that's not the driving force behind you speaking to her. Like, you still think, she's good looking, let me just chat to her and see what she's saying. Not at the forefront, I want to fuck tonight. Is that still sexualizing her if that's not the forefront? The driving force?
I think it still is, because then I would challenge you and be like, okay, calm. If you're in that situation, and let's say...
Oh, no, you're going to say it. Fuck's sake.
No. Wait, go on. Wait, say yours.
Nah, because I don't want to lose my point. I don't want to lose the angle that I'm coming at.
I was going to say, what if, like, you wake up and your dick don't work no more, and it's valid, like, you cannot get an erection, you can't fuck in it at all. Do you think you're still going to be as driven to speak to these girls?
No, because you know that you can't have sex.
So then, is that not the same thing then?
No, because bro,
you can still deep it. That means that was your driving force. It's not your driving force. If I've now taken it away and you gone, well, I'm not going to move them then. So then that means your driving force was to...
but you cannot say that, bro. Do you know why you can't say that? Do you know why you can't say that? Do you know why you actually cannot say that? Because,
why can I not say that?
At the end of the day,
predator.
This is what happens between me and Fanuel. I fight for the men on this podcast. I fight for the men on this podcast.
No, bro. You have to remember, there's nothing wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just calling it like it is. There's literally nothing. If anything, it's a part of nature for niggas to sexualize women. Like, now we can say to an extent.
I think it's to an extent. It's to an extent.
But the extent to which this is happening has obviously been heightened by how hypersexualized our society is. Do you get what I'm saying? The levels to which we...
this last week, did we or no?
Yes, and I think on some level. So the levels to which we sexualize them have increased. I would say so. A lot of men listening to this can disagree, but we can't really brush a blind eye and be like, calm. Us consuming all this porn isn't going to then make us sexualize girls more than a society where there wasn't porn, where there wasn't such a emphasis on sexual scenes, or just... Like, bro, even the way that young girls in the media are coaxed into sexual poses and stuff, it's weird. But go off, sir.
I feel as if you went off on a mad tangent, fam.
No, I did. No, okay. The thing we were originally saying was, I must have said the whole, if your dick didn't work, would you still move to the girls in like 90% of these situations? You were like, no.
Of course, yeah, but of course you wouldn't, because...
So now how is it not a sexual thing?
Because a big part of being in a relationship is... sounds blunt, but it's to have sex and be intimate. And if you can't do that, then that is a big component of being in a relationship. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush and say that isn't, because it's a very big component. As much as people like to be mushy. No, it's not about sex. It is. Let's not be naive.
But then I could argue
that's just because I've gone too high.
Oh no.
Now you're back.
Yeah, so you're going a big part of a relationship is sex and that, yeah. Bro, Bear Man would agree with you, but then Bear Man will also say they belong to a certain religion. And all of those religions will be like, nah, it's the opposite. We're not meant to be doing that. So this is what I'm saying. I think it's just a normalized thing.
What I'm trying to say, yeah, is that it's a big part of I think sex is a big part of the relationship, but it shouldn't be like the nucleus of the relationship.
But if people start fucking like 2 weeks in, how's it not going to be the nucleus of the relationship?
But that's where you go wrong. Why are you fucking 2 weeks in if you're trying to build a solid foundation?
What's it? How long do you wait? Like a month to build a solid foundation?
Listen. I'm not that sort of guy that puts time on things. Like when the beat bites the bush and the time is right, the time is right. Is this
what you tell the girls when they're like, you only want me for sex? Nah, listen. When the time is right.
I want to get to know you, smell you, get to know you. Tell them a couple of lies, they like it.
Wait, so what if? Okay, calm. So because even for you to mention relationships means that there are instances when you might see a girl at a club and it's more than sex. So that means there's an instance where you can be like, let me get to know her. If her personality matches how she looks, I may try and pursue something a bit more long term. Yeah? Okay, calm. So what are you... By the way, this episode like, just turned into a conversation between us. Just a...
but I feel as if people will enjoy it. Do you know? And what I've noticed with podcasts that I listen to sometimes, yeah, when people go off on a tangent and they have conversations between each other, like I then have my opinion in my head, and it's kind of like I'm talking in the conversation and following it small. So I do like these whole conversations on podcasts. So go off. So
do you know what? If you feel like T in the sense that you're listening to us now with your opinion, shut up and listen to us. Alright, so basically I was gonna be like, calm. So you've now met this girl, you've gone over whatever, and it's gone really well. So now you're like, oh, let's meet at another time, another venue, whatever, like away from the club or away from whatever setting that this was originally at. Yeah, cool. She's now saying, I don't believe in having sex in the first 6 months of a relationship. What are you doing? And try and think about it, like try and actually envision it. Don't give the answer that the niggas want you to give. Don't give an answer that...
But when you say 6 months, do you mean...
must they get a gulp of that water?
Niggas are starving. Niggas are thirsty. No. But when you say 6 months, is that like talking stage? You're in a relationship, and then after the 6 months of being in a relationship, when I can unlock the chambers.
She's saying at least 6 months of us being together. While you're thinking about that, wouldn't you argue that the foundation would be stronger because there's less intimacy in that sense?
Oh no, I 100% agree with you here. I 100% agree with you here. But at the same time, bro, niggas have needs. Niggas have needs. It's only normal. It's your hormonal chemistry.
Pause.
Let me finish the
Does that not fall into self-control then? If niggas just don't control themselves, they can easily be like, oh, it's just natural. I need to.
True. Nah, I'm with you. But I do think there's a point where
I need to bust nuts. Man, trying to eloquently put it.
If you'd have it at face value, there is a point. Yeah, there is a point that like it goes from like cool self-discipline. Yes, when I say self-discipline, I mean that you don't have to be fucking straight away. But then there does reach a point where you get to a level where like you're very close, like together, like in a relationship, wherever it is, yeah, like you've been speaking for a while, you feel as if you're very close, your personalities have matched, like you've gotten to know each other, and having that moment where you sleep with each other kind of brings that closeness and relationship to the next level. So like it's like a supplement sort of a thing, like a pre-workout, like it's taking it to the next level sort of a thing. But like you don't need to like let's say it's like let's say you might have just started speaking, yeah, and you're at level 1, and then you sleep with each other, yeah, and then you go to level 2. But then like you didn't need to sleep with each other to go to level 2. You could have built level 1 to level 2 through talking, going on dates, But let's say now we're at level 9 and we want to go to level 10. But you
these niggas been fucking to get to level 9.
No. But you've gotten to level 1 to 9 through going on dates, talking, being on the phone, FaceTime, quality time, acts of service, all them languages, smangwages, yeah. And then now, yeah, you're at level 9, but you can't reach level 10 without like being one, or
that
how would
intimacy,
these men say,
sexual.
without that intimacy. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of, I feel sometimes you need that sex, yeah, to take it from like level 9 to level 10, because nothing else can like make you more closer than that will take you to level 10. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
I agree, but I would also say, so you're basing that metric on the same thing that everyone does it's based on the people around you in it and what they engage in. So if everyone engages,
it's just based on your relationship with that person. It's a feeling.
No. But I'm saying as in, so you go in, you get to level 9 and you can't get to anything higher without that intimacy. That's that's an assumption based on what you've experienced and what people around you've experienced as the norm. That's what you've seen, whether it be from TV shows, your friends, whatever.
I'll give you that.
So then I would argue then everyone's under the assumption that's the only way to gain higher levels of intimacy. But what if that isn't the case? Then what? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what if there are ways to become more intimate without actually having sex?
Do you think there is?
But I think there is, but I think sex is probably the easiest way. because I think sex is so physical in the sense where not much thinking has to happen and you're one, as you said. Whereas if we talk about eliciting them same, because deeper, when you have sex, especially done in the right way, it's like you feel so intertwined with that person. It's like there are these releases of hormones, and it's like a sense of vulnerability. All of those coupled together make it one mad experience, as you were saying, innit?
Yeah.
But I think, because deep it, you see these men that fucking wait till marriage and that, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think, I wonder what levels they get to through just for all that time, however long it takes them to marry. Like, I don't mean the ones that are roasting and get married in a year. I mean the ones that like, do you know what I mean?
You know the man that just tie the nuts in it, can you fucking
word.
You know, like that.
I mean the ones that like wait a few years. I wonder what levels of emotional connections they reach, because it's probably different to the norm that people do. Do you know what I'm saying? And I wonder what that sex finally does feel like when they eventually do, because their mentals have connected so much before they've even started that physical game.
Do you think it could work the other way though, yeah? And what happens is that you built that connection, yeah, you're at level 100. I don't know why I'm using this level example, but I feel as if it works nicely.
I think it works.
So let's say you're on a mad level, like the highest level, yeah, because like you man have been like abstaining sort of a thing, yeah. But I feel as if now they've been abstaining, and you know that like, you're building to this moment. Let's say when the night comes, you have such high expectations, yeah, and then it's just shit.
You know what's funny?
Do you think that could break the relationship?
I think I've seen. Go on.
Do you think that could break the relationship? Because it's like everything that you've been like, not building yourself to, but like looking towards, yeah, didn't live up to the expectations. Do you feel as if that could just like break the relationship, bring it back down to like level 0? Or even give you the ick with the person, be like, that was so shit. I think as if it could, bro.
Do you know what? I'll be real, yeah. I think, so let's say in the scenario, how long have they been together for? Like, to get to this mad level, what number would you say?
Let's just say long enough that they've built that sort of connection. So like a couple of years.
5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, a couple of years, yeah.
Calm. Then I would say they probably know each other so much to the extent where they wouldn't even feel embarrassed if that was to happen. Do you get me?
Not sexually.
That's true. Like, because there is this thing. I've experienced it too, and I've seen it with like, or I've heard it from other people too. Where it's like,
oh god,
they
go. Sorry.
No, it's calm. They go. Their sexual personality is very different from their actual personality. So some people who may be in like in their normal life just be quite tame and chill, whereas like they get into the bedroom, they're like, yeah, like fucking like bare intense. And then some people it's the other way. Like, have you seen how some people who are bare controlling and take the control whatever in real life, but then get into the bedroom, they want to be taken control of, like things like that, innit?
Where do you think that stems from? I always find that shit interesting. I feel as if you're the sort of guy, yeah, not talking about how you're in sex because that's weird, but I feel like you're the sort of guy that's done and pause. Pause. In fact, 5 second break. 5 second break in the pod. I feel as if you're the sort of guy, yeah, that like you've done research into why people are like that. Young Sage. Have you actually? Have you actually?
No, but a lot of these things stem from our bro. Most things stem from our childhood. Shout out to Freud and that. Like, so in terms of like sexual personalities, a lot of it can come from things that were possibly repressed in your walking life. Will come out there. Do you know what I'm saying? So like maybe like obviously, what do you call it? Specifically, I can really talk to myself. I've talked for myself because I'm not here having everyone's sexual experience in it. Now, you know, you see how, kind of tangent but related, you see how you're like, let's say you're on level 9, 10, and sex is the only way to get you to level 10. Bro, even the way that we have sex here is so basic compared to the types and amounts of sexes that's out there. Have you seen like, you know, is that tantric sex? Have you heard of that, like tantric sex?
No,
like, what's that sex where, I think the Indians made it, where like they, Kama Sutra and that. Have you seen them types of sex?
Nah, you freaky.
Bro, I personally haven't done this yet, innit? But then like, if you look at just the way that they use sex to like kind of envelope and compassion, like with their partner, it's so different to the way that we use sex. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, like, we're only used to what us and our immediate friends and maybe people, because leave it, how many people do you actually talk to that are open about their sexual experiences? So only really your immediate friends.
Yeah.
So then your stories are going to be rough, somewhat an average of theirs. And the reason that I kind of wanted to ask you about the whole, like, if you don't like, have sex and relation, this and that, I can't lie, because I say this to my friend on the weekend. So obviously my former relationships have been, like, as most people's, they've had like sexual elements to it, innit?
Come on. He has sex, guys. I'm such a kid, man. I'm such a kid.
But like, now I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to see what it'd be like to chat to someone, or like, let's say I eventually do get into a relationship. I want to see what it'd be like without sex. That's why now, like, but then I was even saying this to my friend on the weekend, yeah. How, like, in this day and age, how would you go on a date with a girl and not do anything physical and her not think, like, why didn't he? If there's girls listen to this, I'd like to know, because obviously, like, now I've gone from the space where, and I feel like you agree, it's like, let's say you go on a first date, or you go on, let's say you've been chatting and you go somewhere, whatever, there's that thing in the back of your mind. It's like, okay, I need to somehow like make clear that my intention is this and that. It's not just a friend's thing, it's I possibly want more, whether it be through verbal means by saying things, maybe risque, cheeky things, or through physical means, like trying to like initiate contact, or like, let's say it's been a few dates, or even some people sometimes on the first date, depending on the vibe, try and lip share at the end, whatever. There's always that thing in the back of niggas' minds, innit?
It's like, how do you close this deal? How do you close
literally
this deal
literally
that my intentions are? Is it that thing?
So then now it's got me thinking, well, this direction I'm trying to go on, it's gonna be hard, because most girls, I think, will see it as like, what, is this nigga too scared to make a move?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I wanted to ask if you thought like relationships could work without sex.
Nah, I feel as if they can. I think it just takes more work. But then I feel as if you even mentioned this a couple of episodes ago. Like, niggas don't want to work. They want they want the quick fix. Well, life in general, they want the quick fix that's gonna get them to like the place where they want to be as quick as possible. So it's a thing where if you use that like anecdote for what we're talking about now, if you're trying to fast track to that level, sex is a quick way to do it. So
what's it?
Like, yeah,
I was with people on Saturday, innit? And I also went Nando's.
Oh yeah.
And one of the questions we asked there was like, what's the best and the worst date you've been on? Have you got one? And niggas thinking, bro, I don't even. I've barely even gone on dates.
I'm thinking I don't answer this question.
Is it techie?
Not that it's techie, but I know I'm the sort of guy, yeah. See, me knowing my luck, yeah. I know if I say this was the worst date, yeah,
they'll be listening.
I say what it is. I say what happened. I say what the best date was. I say what happened. They'll be able to piece. It was me. And then I know my luck. Yeah. Maybe I haven't even spoken to the person in years, months even. But they'll tune in and I'll tune into this episode. I just know my luck. And then they'll be like, oh, you know how girls are always like, oh, guys jump on podcasts and they just out their business with girls. And I'm just feeding into that agenda and just turn into one Twitter thread or something. I ain't got time.
No. You know.
I ain't got time for that. You know,
I can't like while you were talking, I thought about my worst date and I was like, the one that I told them, and I just like, I would not feel comfortable saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't even feel comfortable speaking about that. Like, do you know what it is? I could speak about like stuff that would annoy me on a date or stuff that has annoyed me on a date, but I wouldn't just shoehorn it into one date because it just was like I'm attacking that person.
Alright, wait. So should we do that instead? Things that would annoy you on a date.
Let's save that for another episode.
Say no.
Let's save that for another episode.
Do you want to do live with tea?
Yeah, because once we do live with tea and we do Young Sage, it'll take us to like 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, I just bring
That's
it
a good
home,
idea,
innit?
dude. That's a good idea, dude. Stuff that pisses us off in day one, bro. I've got a whole.
Wait, I'm trying to think because I remember I was able to get. Tell a lie, I was able to get a girl's opinion on that like the same thing I was asking you, like
Which one?
what's it like? Going on dates and not having like a sexual intention to it, and how they found it in it. Obviously, I won't say her name, but she was just like how it felt bare respectful, this and that. You know what? Now let's leave it.
Do you know what? When we bring on like female guests and our lady friends, these are the sort of conversations that we need to be having, because you know it is like. Guys act like they know girls and girls act like they know how guys are thinking, but even though we like to think that we know how the opposite sex is thinking, we ain't got a Scooby in real terms in it, so what time you just gotta ask them. But yeah, man, we'll do that soon. We'll run that soon.
Do you know what, for people listening, send us in topics that you want us to speak about.
That's not a bad shout.
Send us in, like if you're tired of our topic selection, send us some in. Like something you think maybe we'd be able to have like a decent conversation on, and we'll do that, innit? But yeah.
Do you know, I'll make a post on Insta and I'll put up like a Q&A on the Insta story or something, then people can just reply. And then see what people say. I reckon people just say some fuck shit now. Girls cancelled in that.
You know what's jokes? This is episode 10, but this is our laziest episode ever.
You know the way I've been talking. I haven't been talking with energy like that. Bro, it's the weather, bro. It's the weather.
It's so hot. It's
the
so
weather.
What's it?
In a body bag.
On Sunday, yeah. So I must have gone to East on Saturday. Stayed over at my friends.
Yeah.
Slept over there. Then I've gone to Nando's. Then Farouk's gone, yo, do you want to watch the football game at my friend? I was like, calm. So we go watch the football there. And then England win or whatever. Then it's like, they're like, yo, do you want to play basketball? I said, yeah, calm.
No, jokes.
Yeah, you know me. So there's about 10 men, yeah? And like, obviously I only know one nigga there, Farouk, and bro, man, this weather. No, I don't even mean to the story. It's just zapping my energy, man.
Yeah.
Like my forehead is actually sweating right now.
Like it's even long to
I'm not
sleep.
built for this.
It's even long to sleep.
Bro, it's just I feel like I'm inside a toaster. Well, no, a microwave. That's the kind of heat it is. You know, I don't even want to finish that story. Sorry, man. Let's just.
You know what time it is. La 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 la. With tea, it's the place to be. Another week, another episode, live with tea.
Come on.
Strap in, but we're gonna go on a slow ride this week. obviously, a couple of things that happened in the news. Man like Boris Johnson, he's confirmed that step 4, so that was basically the last step in easing lockdown, has been postponed for a month. So June 21st was basically the date when everything was supposed to be, I think, back to normal. Let me double check.
Like no masks, nothing.
Yeah, something like that. It was like no masks, like basically 2019 vibes. So legal limits on mixing has been removed. All sectors to open, so like nightclubs, theatres, and large events could be like permitted. So basically, Boris Johnson basically said, "Listen, this Delta variant, these other variants that are creeping in,
Yo. Some random number I've never seen before just texted me 650 and some weird website.
Yeah, you're getting hacked. You're getting hacked.
Sorry, no, but I've never seen it before. Go on.
But yeah, so he basically said, we're postponing it for a month just because of the new variants, Like cases have been going up, but like the weird thing is cases have been going up, but deaths have been like, they haven't really gone up with cases as well. So I think that's clearly showing that even though cases are going up, like the vaccine's working. Because the whole point of the vaccine, if I read correctly, is that it doesn't technically like stop transmission, but what it is when you actually get the virus, like the symptoms and the bad things that happen to your body and you when you get the virus, like the stuff that makes you go hospital and stuff, like the symptoms are like much lower. Like you don't really feel it if you were to get coronavirus. So like it basically means that it's spreading, but no one's being affected by it. So it's kind of a bad thing but a good thing sort of a thing. So yeah, so that's what's happening with COVID. One more time, I feel as if like now sounds fucked, but we're kind of back to normality. Like you can go out, you can mix, you can go out restaurants, bars, socialize. You basically do everything apart from like not full capacity in like the cinema, the theater, like restaurants. It's not full capacity. Bars, nightclubs ain't full capacity. So I feel as if like if that means that can be extended for another month, like I'll take that with open arms. So like you can go out, you just can't do full enjoyment and be rubbing next to people. So some people may even prefer that. Do you get what I mean? But the main thing that I actually wanted to talk about was probably Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, man, shit was mad.
Yeah, shit was mad. Not more to talk about, just to like.
I still haven't seen the actual footage.
Oh, you didn't?
No, but I think it's gone now, innit? They probably took it down.
You can find it on YouTube, man. There's some sick fuckers out there, man. That'll repost that and stuff. But yeah, so basically, for people that don't know, it was Denmark versus Finland Euros. This was on Saturday, and then Christian Eriksen, who's a Denmark player, was basically he went into you found a clip. I told you, man, there's some sick fuckers out here, man. But yeah, he basically went into cardiac arrest on the football pitch. And then I was actually out at the time, innit? But then I was getting bare notifications in group chats, innit? And then I was seeing bare man saying Eriksen. So I thought man scored a banger, innit?
Oh my days.
So I thought man scored a banger. So I went onto Twitter and then I saw Christian Eriksen has collapsed. And then I saw in a group chat, they're performing CPR.
Oh
like,
my days.
he looks like he's going to die.
Yeah.
So then I basically went on to BBC iPlayer, and then I also saw on Twitter people were saying, these man need to cut like the cameras, cut everything in it. So I said,
but how are they showing this,
bro? So they're clearly still showing it. So I said, let me go on BBC iPlayer. I went back, like rewinded like 5-10 minutes, and then I basically saw the moment. Man was literally like, it was like his legs were moving, but his body wasn't moving, and then he just fell to the floor. And then it was I just found the whole thing. The whole thing so mad. Like it was literally live. You could see people banging CPR on him, getting defibrillators out, trying to resuscitate my man, and this was all like live on TV. Like it was a thing where, bro, I thought to myself, if he died, like right there on that pitch, like it would be televised for the world to see. like the well to see. So then, funnily enough, so my sister works for the NHS, innit? And then so she messaged me like in the evening of the game, and then she rang me, and then actually she sent a message into like my siblings group chat, and then she was like, oh yeah, I'm just checking to see if you're calm, like how's your day, I was like, yeah, I'm blessed.
Oh, that's cute.
And then no, there's a reason why. Do you get what I mean? She was basically like, oh, like Toye, like obviously you see what happened with Christian Eriksen sort of a thing. She was basically like, oh, like when you watch like football games, just like try not to get too emotionally invested in it. I was thinking, oh, like what are you talking about? So she was basically like to me, the hospital that she was working at, yeah, like 2 people came in with cardiac arrests, yeah, because of what they saw during the Denmark game with Christian Eriksen collapsing. Yeah.
So his heart attack set off their heart attack?
Yeah. And she said it happened to 2 different people. So she was just like when you're watching games, just like don't get too invested. Don't be like screaming too much because like obviously God forbid, but you never know what can happen, innit? So then I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying about that. Like I can't really control for going to cardiac arrest. You get what I mean? Like, I was like, I can't really control what I'm going to. Like if it's my time, it's my time.
I don't get how that's happened.
Do you know? I also thought I think it might be like maybe the shock of you seeing that happening on TV can maybe trigger something in you and set it off. Like maybe like you're crying, you're feeling bare emotional, bare stress is running through you, like, and then bang, you're like, fuck, like why am I feeling like this sort of thing? So obviously when my sister told me that, yeah, I was just thinking like, bro, like these man really shouldn't have televised it. Like they really should have cut it straight away. Because that's literally having someone else's blood on your hands based on what you did. Like just trying to get views in that, in my opinion. Because the only reason why you're televising that is so people are tuning in to watch it. There's no other benefit for us to see what's happening. There's no benefit.
True.
But yeah, so I just wanted to get your opinion on the whole televising it. And like morally, like do you think like they have a moral obligation to like turn it off? Or is it a thing where it's like they're doing their job, televising what's happening on the football pitch?
You know how like, I saw Bearman saying, I even saw it in like GCs that we're involved in. They were like, "Oh, this is disgusting. They shouldn't be televising this." I wonder how many niggas turn away.
I thought I was gonna say that as well. I was thinking you're saying cut the cameras, cut this, cut that, but can't lie. If you didn't turn off the TV and took coins away from BBC or turned it off, or do you get what I mean? You're kind of you're speaking for speaking sense. Like shut up. In my opinion, that's why me personally, I never really said, "Oh, what they did was wrong," because I heard what was happening and I tuned in. So, are we just as bad as BBC for tuning in, or is it a thing where now we're doing Olympics on who is morally worse off?
I think it's that because like at the end of the day, there's just something in our nature that wants to see. Like we're stimulated
drama.
by it. It's drama. As fucked as it
drama.
sounds, it's like that's why like on the news everything's fucking just shock factor, innit?
Yeah.
Shock factor, and you can't help but not take your eyes away from it, innit? So obviously now like you guys literally heard me watch it for the first time like, on my phone, and that's mad. You know, I'm not surprised that they televised it. I'm surprised that people are surprised they did.
You know what? I'm surprised. No. You know what? I'm not surprised that they televised it. I'm surprised for how long they televised it. They let it run. Do you get what I mean? They let it run for a while, bro. A while. As in, like, we saw him.
Did you see the wife? I didn't see the wife in that one, but I heard the wife was
in
there.
the clip. We saw him collapse. We saw like him being resuscitated. We saw his wife come onto the pitch crying. Like we saw like the teammates hugging his wife. Like we saw like the team so what the teammates did was they basically formed a wall like around the doctors and that. So BBC and other like television people couldn't record what's happening. So me personally, like if I'm working in BBC and I see then building a wall so it can't be televised. That's the point where you're like, alright, cool. We've got enough to put it out there, but now it's time. Like, now it's life and death sort of a thing. Like, let's pull the plug. So I feel as if they kind of did a bit too much with it.
I think, didn't they televise it when the same thing happened to Mwamba?
I can't remember. I really can't remember. But he seems like he's okay now. Like, I saw that he brought out a statement through his agent saying he's okay. I heard he FaceTimed his teammates as well to say that he's alright. They're just doing further tests.
Do you think that's him done from football?
Yeah, he can't play again. 100%. He can't play again.
Is that how it works? You have a heart attack.
He won't play again. Mwamba got forced into retirement. He's got a pacemaker in him now. Yeah, Mwamba's got a pacemaker in him. This sounds fucked, but Mwamba really should have died, man. I heard the only reason why he was alive is because at the game there was a specialist cardiologist
a fan.
Yeah, in the stands watching the game as a fan, and then he basically came down to the stewards and said, "I'm a specialist cardiologist. Get me on the pitch. Let me save his life."
You know what's true? Imagine did that. Just to get imagine he jumps on just to get a selfie. I don't know what cardiology is.
It sounds so fucked, but niggas literally go, and he's just getting a selfie. Nah, that's fucked.
No. He's like, get him up, bro. I've got a procedure, and he just pats his back. Oh, it doesn't work. See you guys.
Got a selfie. But yeah, it's fucked. So literally, that guy basically saved his life in a sense. And there's actually an interview that I think there's a documentary or an interview where like they like have like a conversation about everything, which is kind of cool. Like apparently they're like good friends now.
Bro, definitely. If someone saved my life, I'm at least gonna try and get to know.
He's coming around Christmas every year, fam.
Bro, that's peak for Eriksen. So that means he's just done with football.
Well, it hasn't been confirmed, but then I would assume, bro, if you go into cardiac arrest, that's your heart, bro. You don't want to be playing around with your heart, man. You don't want to be playing around with your heart. What if that happens again?
Probably dead, yeah.
You're dead, man. You're dead. You don't want to take that risk. So I think that's probably him done for football, which is upsetting. But listen, people say life is bull. We say it as a joke, but life is not bull, man. There's more to life than kicking football, bro. You got family, you got kids to feed. Like, life is priceless, man. But yeah, that was just something I wanted to get into because I didn't really like the way how people were saying, "Oh, cut the cameras," but you're tuning in and you're giving them
still watching it.
Isn't it? You get what I mean? So at the same time, I feel as if even though they have an obligation to report news, you still have a moral obligation to be like, alright, cool. We've got the first couple of seconds now. Let's cut it off. We've done a bit too much. I think they just overstepped that mark a bit. But yeah, it's interesting. Do you wanna take us away with Young Sage? Where are you taking us?
Okay, so this ain't Young Sage, innit? But I was reading one book here. You see that book that you took a picture of, The Brain? Do you remember? Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've actually been reading it, and then like it's just one bit that I thought was kind of interesting. There's this thing called proprioception in it, and it's like your body's ability to sense like its movement. So you know when you like effortlessly just walk and talk or whatever, that's you. Like, that's proprioception, like the seamless sending of signals from your brain to your body to just enable it to move. Really, innit? So one guy, like there's bare little stories in this book. So one guy must have had I think he had an accident and they had to do like surgery in his brain or whatever. And then what happened after was that now he could not do that anymore. So he had to consciously stare at a body part and think hard enough to move it. He could no longer do it in the way that we do it.
Oh shit! So it's like he's making conscious decisions to literally just walk and like move his fingers. And
like he like, you see how like when you walk, you don't in your head measure how long each step is. But all that, so he has to do that stuff, and it was just funny because apparently it's a thing where if the lights go out, he just falls. Because he can't see anything.
You has to be home by 9 p.m. every day, fam.
Yeah, like again, this isn't Young Sage in it, but so the book was just kind of going into like nearly every thought and decision or something like so stuff that you think you see when you'll be like, oh, I just had an idea. that idea might have actually been brewing in your neural network for like months. And it was only today that the idea popped into the forefront of your consciousness in it. And it was like, so it got me thinking. I was like, so how many of our decisions are just the accumulation of these just impulses going across our brains, innit? And then it got me thinking. I was like, okay, calm. So then, people that are negative, and by the way, they go how the more you do something, the stronger that neural pathway gets in your head. The less you do it, the more it withers away.
Are there pathways for different things?
Everything, like anything you do will form a pathway. So people that get addicted to drugs have strengthened that pathway when they keep doing it. Do you get me? Yeah. So like it got me thinking. I was like, well, when people are in like negative thought spaces or whatever, or they get prone to it, those pathways must become very strong. So then it just becomes the norm for you to think negatively. Yeah, but it's just bare stuff. Like it kind of just put down anything that we think of as our personality can just be attributed down to some connections in your brain. And it makes you think how much of your personality is actually you, and how much of it is just these impulses just going across your brain, which go on.
But then, don't you think that those impulses are created by you? So indirectly, it's you that's making your personality, because even though the impulses make your personality, you're creating those impulses through the way you think and your actions that you do. Or am I overthinking?
Okay. No. So I think you're approaching it the same way that most people would think about that, because people love to place an importance on them being in control in it. So
everyone likes being the protagonist, man.
Exactly, yeah. It's like there have been like studies in that where there was this one case. I think someone had a tumor in it growing in their brain, and it was pushing on. I think it's the amygdala, and I think the amygdala is, I think it's your center for stress in it. So as the tumor was growing, this person just started moving more and more erratic, more stressed and more angry in it. So that minor slight change in his brain structure completely changed his personality. So which is which? Is your personality based off of the stuff you're talking about, or is everything just the way your brain structure is? Do you get me? There's even cases where like they'll like do some sort of a procedure, cut like tiny bits of the brain off. Someone's personality will be completely different.
Say voila.
I even know a nigga, who had a heart attack.
No, you don't. Oh, I thought you were going to say someone that had their brain chopped off or something. I mean, this guy has a nigga for everyone.
No.
You didn't know
like,
that there.
Yeah. Like, I knew this guy, and like he had a heart attack. He was in my secondary school. And I remember like people commented, and I noticed it too, his personality completely changed. Like completely. So I was confused.
What happened to him? What happened to him again, sorry?
He just had a heart attack. Random thing at school.
Okay.
Yeah. So then he had a heart attack. And I remember Googling, like, can that happen? Can you get like mad changes in personality after a heart attack? Apparently it can happen. Apparently it's something to do with the like starvation of blood and oxygen to the brain, and that can cause changes that are like lifelong in terms of your personality, and that certain places might get shut down. It's mad, isn't it? By the way, again, this isn't Young Sage segment.
No. Do you know what it is? Do you know I told you about Young Sage? I said Young Sage doesn't have to be you doing hours of research, fam. Like, nigga, you have a life. What the fuck? Young Sage is literally just you come with us with a think piece that's thought-provoking and starts off a conversation that you think that when the poddy ends, you think that's interesting. I want to know more. I want to think about that more. You just put in a little nugget. You put in a little, what was it, neuron. I guess their wires going.
Because they're neuron. But then, like, because you know, like they're consistently trying to understand how the brain works in it, but they still, I would say they still don't, because like people when I'll be like, oh, how about neuroscience and that? I feel like until you're able to, like, they've been trying to make an artificial brain and they can't do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So clearly we don't fully understand how it works and where certain things stem from in our brain.
I swear, I know everyone probably knows this fact, but I swear we're only using like 20% of our like brain's capacity or something like that.
You know that's a myth.
Oh, have you? Shut up, man.
No. I'm not saying it's a myth from you. I'm saying it's a like popular myth. It's not true.
What's the capacity?
Like we actually use all of our brain.
What is?
I think it's even like 30% or something.
How much of the human brain is used Nah, it's 10%. It's 10%.
Nah, it says remember the old myth that people only use 10% of their brains, or the new. Bro, I don't. I saw so 10%'s a myth. I'm pretty sure 20%'s a myth too.
Have you watched that film Lucy?
Lucy, I knew you was gonna say that.
Nigga, you know how I was thinking this nigga's so basic. I watched that film like 3 months ago, yeah. Like I think it was like a Saturday night or something. The shit she was doing when her brain was operating at 60-70%. Do you know what I did? I swear. I think the night after I watched that film, yeah, I googled how do I increase the capacity of my brain, fam. Hey bro, nah, if anyone ain't watched that film, it was.
Well, you know what? Quickly, wait. Google that. Like, how do you? I think the word you're looking for is, how do you? I should have done young sage on this. Google, how do you increase neuroplasticity? Because that's what you're after. Neuroplasticity.
You know that's how you know niggas have been googling this. I said, how do you increase NU? Neuroplasticity came up straight away.
It just goes, how do you increase penis size?
How to rewire your brain, 6 neuroplasticity exercises.
Yeah, because there's neurogenesis, which is like creating, I think, new neural connections, and neuroplasticity, which is
oh wow,
I think it's like making the connections run better.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna give you
what guesses?
There's 6 ways, and this is on the health line, in it, so it's a pretty.
Bro,
legit,
I can't like,
website.
I might get all of them. So exercise is definitely one.
Yeah, there's 6. I'm gonna give you 10 guesses.
So exercise is probably one.
Correct.
I think meditation might be there.
Let me have a look. I don't think it's there, but I reckon that might be just under exercise.
No. Okay.
But nah, it's not. That's 2 guesses, geezer.
Okay, cool.
But this is just on this website, innit? This is just 6 on this website. There's probably more, but
I think playing an instrument.
I'll give you that. Make some music. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm.
Bars. Let me think. I know that there's certain foods that promote it too.
My laptop is making a mad sound. You might have to edit this out still.
Where is it?
Bro, you know that sound where it's like it's trying to decrease the temperature with a fan?
What, my one?
Nah, mine.
Bro, you know even mine's screaming as well.
Screaming. The last time I made this sound was when I was playing Football Manager, fam.
I'm trying to think. I don't know, you know. For some reason I feel like coffee or something. Or like there'll be like a tea or something.
Nah, not on this list. It's 4 guesses.
Lemons?
Nah.
Go on, just tell me.
Alright, cool.
This is sound like reading.
Play video games.
Oh.
They say the benefits associated with gaming includes improvements in motor coordination, visual recognition and spatial navigation, memory and reaction time, reasoning, decision making and problem solving skills, resilience, cooperation and team participation. I agree 110%. In short, when you play video games, you teach your brain new skills. These effects can improve your gameplay, certainly, but they also carry over to the rest of your life. Learning to recover from failure in a game can help you become better at bouncing back from setbacks. Exploring different solutions in a task can help enhance your creative thinking. I actually agree with that 100%, bro. 100%. Second, learn new language. So yeah, learn a new language. Number 3, make some music, which you said. It can help.
You see when it says make some music, does it
say the benefits?
Does it specify it has to be either an instrument, or does it like, what is it?
It says,
how does it describe new music as?
Music improve coordination, but doesn't. It mentions instruments, but the vibe that I get is that they're just saying music in general, because they're saying it improves your mood, ability to learn and remember new information, concentration and focus, relieve emotional distress, which I feel, even if you're spitting bars, just like making bars, getting pain off your chest, real rap back in style, that's just like That's you think that they're saying sort of a thing.
Mm.
4, travel.
So travel really does broaden the mind. That's
Apparently, yeah. Travel. Experiencing new scenery and surroundings can help you learn about different cultures and become a better communicator, both of which have additional cognitive benefits and can broaden your general worldwide view, open your mind to new perspectives. Even if it's not going abroad, take a long walk through a new neighborhood, do grocery shopping in another part of town, go on a hike, virtual travel. Exercise, pretty self-explanatory. And number 6, make art.
As in like painting that?
Yeah, like painting and shit, yeah.
Fair.
Decent couple nuggets there.
Yeah. So, the young sage segment today.
Give us that the 5-point overview of, is it 3 or 5 point? I don't even know. That you should give us. Wait, did you have more stuff to talk about?
Bro, that wasn't young sage. That was just me just remembering some stuff from the book.
Oh, I thought that was young sage.
No. So young sage is like today it's gonna be different, isn't it? Usually it's like I'll come to you with a topic, and it's just very much like me explaining. Whereas I thought, let me do something different. Let me ask T some questions, but you, the listener, can also like answer these questions too. So, okay.
Oh, shit. Go on.
So the first one. When was the last time you tried something new?
Disclaimer: he hasn't told me any of these questions in it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm pausing for a while.
He's thinking. It's a funny question, isn't it?
As in, like, does that mean when we say try something new, do we mean like behavior traits or like a new like experience?
Not like a new experience. So you did something new. Nigga just works and sleeps.
That's even a good question, Oh,
Isn't it?
You're making me deep it.
I'm even trying to think of like the last time I did something new.
It was probably that it was probably when you got me to do the frequency stuff, the sleeping, the astral projection stuff.
Saying that. You know what? I think I might try and get us to do something different
probably
next
that.
week.
That's the first one that comes to my head.
I'm trying to think. What did I do something new?
Yeah, probably that.
Oh! I bought plants. That's probably the last thing I did that was new.
Oh, that was like 2-3 weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've never had plants, and they're still alive. So things
Do you look after them like every day and that?
Yeah, no. So these ones are drought resistant, so like I only have to water them like every 2 weeks.
Oh, that's blessed.
So, yeah, it's just pretty calm. Yeah. Calm. Okay, this one. Next question: who do you sometimes compare yourself to? It can be like maybe like someone that who do you look up to, in a sense, like.
I'll be real with you. I don't really compare myself to people. I'll be real with you.
Okay, I think compare was when I say like compare, it's like, is there anyone that you look up to? You're like, okay, I would like to achieve what that person's achieved, or I wouldn't mind if my life went the way their life has gone. Do you have any role models?
I wouldn't say they're like specific role models, but there are some people that I see like in the media, and I'm like, I like the way you move. Like I like the way you do things. Like someone like alright, cool, like Raheem Sterling. Someone like him, Raheem Sterling. Look up to him. Someone like Marcus Rashford, even though he's same age, look up to him. Someone like Anthony Joshua, look up to him. someone, do you know who I've really been like, someone that I really respect, like very recently. And do you know Bobby Kasanga?
What's that? Is that an actor?
Nah,
Does that ring a bell?
You know the guy that used to be in prison, and then like he turned his life around, and then
He's
now
like a
he has,
CEO.
now he has that Instagram page, and he owns that football club, Hackney Wick.
I think I do. Let me Google him.
If you Google him or Google him on Instagram, yeah, you'll see he's someone that like very recently, because it was only recently like I kind of like heard his story. He's someone that I really look up to. Like after I heard his story, like it motivated me for like a good week. Like he's someone that I probably like recently I've been like raw, like your story inspired me, sort of a vibe.
So what? So now you're gonna go pen?
No, not that. It's just the way that. It's just the way that
I
man was down in the dumps, and then like he didn't feel sorry for himself. And look what he's doing now. Someone like him.
Do you know how long was he in for?
I think he was in and out like 2 or 3 times. I don't know. I don't want to quote just in case, but he's someone that like, I really look up to. My brother, I really looked up to my brother, but then that's just normal. Like, I feel as if like people that have like older brothers will be able to relate. But I feel as if like when you have an older brother, like you kind of look at that person like, I want to be everything he's doing, whether it's good or whether it's bad. And you want to like do everything he's doing. Like you kind of look at him like a second dad, like a cool dad sort of vibe, innit? So I feel like that's just someone I've always looked up to. There's probably like there's just like a similar like trend of like, I mean, maybe like black young men that like I can relate to you on that level because we probably had similar experiences, and someone that's just like life wasn't going well, they've had adversity, and then they overcame it, and then look what they're doing now with their lives. Like now they're winning, or they still want to carry on winning in a sense. Like probably I kind of look to those sort of people as role models. I wouldn't say role models. That's the wrong word. Motivation.
So out of all of those, who do you think is the strongest one? Like that you feel, by your brother, like who's the one that you feel the most connected to, as a role model or whatever?
The most connected to? I don't know.
Because they usually say the people that you kind of model yourself around or compare yourself to is very telling of your character. So you see when niggas, let's say someone that's a millionaire or whatever, and it's very money orientated, people will be like, that's who I want to be like. Then now we say, okay, calm. What they care about is just P. Doesn't really care about what the character of that nigga is, but it's his P. So I'm trying to establish, okay, out of those ones, let's say if you had to pick one role model, bar your brother, which one would you pick?
They're all similar. Like I feel as if they're all similar in the sense of what they stand for and what they do.
That top lip is getting caressed in thought. That's that deep thought. But these are what these questions are meant to do. They're thought provoking, innit?
I feel as if I'm missing someone. I feel as if I'm missing someone that I really.
You probably are.
The other day. I feel as if I'm missing someone, and I want everyone to get their flowers.
I think did you mention it in a GC?
I don't know. This is a good question, though. It's a really good question.
Do you know? Okay, while he's thinking, I'll try and think of some. There's one person that comes to mind for me. And it's weird how it happened, but I really look up to Nipsey Hussle, even though he's dead now. Innit? I thought what he stood for was so cool. Like I found out, like I knew of him in it, but I never really listened to his music back in the day.
And Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, and then I found out. Like, obviously, everyone found out he died, and I was like, "Raw, that's sad." And I started doing more reading into him, innit, and like watching more videos about him, and I was like, "Yo, this nigga's just cool." Like the way he was able to transcend his environment. I think he was a Crip first, innit? I think he was a Crip, and like he was able to transcend from that gang life and then just do his music thing, but then also just make it some sort of an enterprise and then try and go back to the community. Because ultimately the way he got emmed was that he got killed by his community, innit? Someone in that community, which is sad, innit? But if you hear the way he talks about like globalization, like cryptocurrency, the whole crabs in a bucket syndrome, and just the way that he had this, it was like this really intellectual aspect or perspective of the hood and its intricate work. And I just thought it was so cool. It was mind blowing to me. He's probably one of mine. I think who else. Did you think of the one that you wanted to give the flowers to?
No, can't think of them.
I can't think of any. Oh, Nines is another one. Can't lie.
I was gonna say Nines, but then based on current situations.
Yeah, and
based on current situations.
Do you know? I think with people like him, yeah, it's like, bro, life is a consistent battle, like people, you don't. But then I think it's the intention of a nigger, innit?
Yeah.
And he was like throughout. He was always in. He always had. He seemed to have a clear-hearted intention, innit?
You know what? He seems like a man. He seems like a man that has high integrity and wants to do things the right way. But I know that sounds stupid, but once you get caught in a certain environment, certain things happen. Do you know what I mean? So
it's hard.
It's hard.
I can't think of any more. But I think Nipsey's the main one. I can't lie. There's not really a. I'm trying to think. There's not really a black Elon Musk. If there was, then I'd probably say him too. But
yeah, probably would have said him.
Calm. Next question.
Go on.
What is the most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say?
Oh. I think I told you, man, this one. It was a statement my brother said to me. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real.
Did he make that up?
I feel as if he found it online. I can't lie.
Either way,
because I googled it, and I think it comes false.
And then you went back to him. He's like, "Bro,
you're fake." Yeah. It's a book. It's even a book, fam. It's even a book.
Fair.
Yeah, false evidence appearing real. I love that. I love that saying. Ever since he told me that, I always use it.
I heard this recently and I thought it was cool. It was that. No, you know what? Let me Google it so I don't butcher it. Cause I thought
you would have done it justice alive.
Yeah. Wait.
How many more questions are there, by the way?
I mean, we can do one more.
Yeah, do that one more. I need to do some things.
Alright. So.
Yeah.
No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man.
No man ever steps in the river twice.
In the same river twice.
Yeah.
For it's not the same river and he's not the same man. Weird, innit?
I hear it. I hear it a bit. I think I get what my man's trying to say.
Go on. What do you think?
I feel as if man's trying to say that, alright, cool. Now you've gone through that experience, it's like changed you as a person, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. So you changed as a man based on that experience. So you're not gonna go back into that scenario or situation again the same way, because you've had that experience of going in the river the first time, because you're going to be different based on that experience, and you may not want to go back into that situation again from the experience that you've had before, sort of a thing. Is that
so in this instance, what is the river?
I got the vibe it was more a bad experience than a good one.
I think it's just experience. I think so. I think the river is meant to be life, isn't it? So I think it's exactly what you said. You was like how you can't step on the same moment of life twice, innit? Because either you've changed, or when that moment looks like it's coming around, something about it will be different. That's what I thought. So when I heard it, I thought he meant like river to me in life, innit? Or experience, as you were saying, innit? So lastly,
I like these questions, by the way.
cool, innit?
Yeah, they're kind of cool. Gets you thinking on the spot. It's good. I need to start doing more of these shit as well, fam. I always bug on the spot sometimes. These are questions.
Okay, these are. Okay. Okay, I'll say 2 questions and you can pick one to answer in it. Or I'll say like 3 and then just pick the one the best one. So one is, what gets you excited about life? What life lesson did you learn the hard way? And what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago?
What was the first question?
So the first question was, what gets you excited about life? What life lesson did you learn the hard way? And what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? So what gets you excited about life? Them shot girls are like.
Oh, that babe, man. I do. Oh, fuck, man. In fact, babes, does it happen more than once? But what gets me excited?
So I'm guessing. Wait, I'm guessing that's when you're picking, innit?
Yeah,
what gets
shot
you excited
girls.
about that?
I'm just shot girls, fam.
What?
But, I'm joking, obviously.
Oh, bro.
I think it's just like, as corny as it sounds, I think it's just being around my friends, being around my family, just vibes with them, spending time with them, doing stuff with them, having experiences with them. Sounds a bit corny, but nah, that's it for me. Like, even like when I was like weekend with my guys, like it's a bit weird because it's like, even though I've known them from like so young, now like people are working, people are doing their own thing. It's like we don't really have that same sort of time to kind of meet up as one. Do you get what I mean? Same way with you, man. You know, we were at peace thing, we were all like raw, like we used to live with each other. And now we only see each other every like couple of months. So like when you're really with each other, you really cherish like the moments with your friends and your family. Do you get what I mean? So I feel as if like just being with my friends, being with my family, spending time with them, doing new stuff with them, experiences, like that shit is like what I love. And like, seeing them win as well, seeing my people win, love it. And when I say people, I mean like people that look like me, my friends, my family. Like literally, I could see like another like black guy that I don't know, like especially like on Twitter. Yeah, I feel as if like it's the period where people are like getting jobs in that, innit? Because it's like summer, like people are graduating, and like when I see people tweet like, oh yeah, I just got this job, like I just graduated, I'm just like bare gas for them, because I'm like, I know that feeling, like I know that feeling, in it. And I know you're tweeting it because like you went through a mad thing, you just want to like get up for your chest, like yeah, I did it. So like I love when I just seen people win, like people that look like me. Do you get what I mean? Like win.
No, I hear that.
Second question.
Oh, Ross, calm. I thought you was doing one, but calm.
Second question. What's the second question?
So the second one was, what life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Life isn't easy.
So
life isn't
how did
easy. Life is
how did you learn that?
Life is hard. Charge
So
it to the game.
how did you learn? Yes. So how did you learn that? So I think it said. Wait, it said what? Oh. Okay, well, it's up to you if you want to explain how you learn it, but it just says what life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Listen, I'm not going to explain it, but nothing in life is easy. Life is hard. If life was easy, everyone would be rich. Everyone would be enjoying life. Like, not in a rude way. No one would be committing suicide. No one would be going through depression. Like everyone would be living in heaven. Everyone would be living in heaven. Do you know what I mean? Everyone would be chirpy. Life is hard, man. Life is hard.
Do you have anything to add on to, as in, okay, life is hard. So you learned that lesson. So from that lesson, what did you?
What did I tell myself?
Yeah.
Charge it to the game.
It's
brutal.
I hear that, dude.
Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game, man.
That's just how it is. It's either get used to it or keep being vexed.
Yeah, it's. I'm not saying I agree with it, because I think like life can be harder for one person than another person, just based on your color, based on where you were born, based on the environment you were born into. And I think stuff like that isn't fair. But life in general, when you take away that sort of stuff, is still hard. So charge it to the game. Try to the game and go with it. Life ain't supposed to be easy.
So finally, what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago?
Nothing. No regrets, man.
Nothing at all.
You don't look back in life, man. No regrets.
Bro, okay, before we close off, don't be one of them guys that has heard that someone else say have no regrets. Like, okay.
You want me to actually think about it?
Yeah. It can be anything. And that doesn't necessarily mean you regret not doing it. It's just if someone went, yo, you've got the chance now to invest some more time into something 5 years ago, what would you do? These are good questions, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there an aspect of my life I'm not happy about? That's literally the question I've asked myself, and then I'm trying to think, if I'm not happy about that aspect, then what would I have changed to make that aspect calm? Do you get what I mean?
It can be anything though. It can be a spending time with people. It can be maybe starting a certain craft. It can be like, it doesn't necessarily have to be born from an issue you're having now. Do you get me? It can be in a more optimistic sense.
I would have started this earlier. Actually, no, I wouldn't have started this earlier.
5 years ago, yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't have started this earlier. Because
we would have been trying shit.
Yeah, even though we wanted to start it early, I feel as if we didn't have, like, we had the vibes, but
our personality was
our personality still needed a bit of refining sort of thing. I think we started at the perfect time. But nah, on the real, bro, I don't have any, bro. I honestly don't have any, bro. I don't have any.
That's pretty good then.
I'm happy with my life.
Because I think I at least made you try and think about it, and you've come back and gone, no.
I'm happy with my life, man.
I would have invested into Bitcoin, me personally.
Hey, dude, we backtrack too. Yeah. I'm invested into Bitcoin. Yeah. Buy the dip. Buy the dip.
But yeah, so that was this week's spin on the Young Sage segment. I think I wanted to kind of, because for Young Sage it's always about, okay, what I've seen and what I've learned, and I thought, you know what, let me ask Toye some thought-provoking questions. Do you get me? Because I feel like, you see how like the vibe is always, as your friend annoyingly put it, is like, you're more the fun one, I'm the more deep serious one.
Niggas trying to set me up.
Yes, I kind of wanted to like reverse it, because I know that he thinks on that plane as well, innit? So now I thought, okay, let me see it.
What about you? Well, you didn't answer the 3 questions for you. You answered the other ones, but not those 3.
Let me run through them quickly. What gets me excited about life? Clocking that you can incite change. That took me a while to realize that. Like how any big change starts from one person at some point. Do you get me? And like, I don't know. There's something about like affecting someone's life excites me. Do you get me? Whether it be through one conversation or like a flurry of conversations.
I get that from you. I get that from you still.
Do you get me? Yeah. And I think I've clocked recently that actually literally excites me. So I want to do it more, like as I grow in it.
No, you're not capping with that one. You're actually not capping with that one.
Come on. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? You can't wait for someone to change your reality. I'll be real. Like if you just keep waiting, it's never gonna change, and you're gonna get to the end of your life just bitter, like, oh, why didn't anyone come into my life and change it? Because it was all down to you to change it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Similar to the sort of message that I was saying for that question.
Yeah, to be honest, it's in the same ballpark. What do I wish I spent more time doing 5 years ago? Serious answer. I wish I wasn't so like. I guess it wasn't necessarily my fault, but I wish I wasn't so stressed. Like, how was I? Fucking, I'm 24 now. That means I was about like 19, innit? To be fair, no, I'm capping. 19 was I was at uni, innit? Yeah. So uni was
5
less
years
actually.
ago.
Yeah, bro. I was 19.
Oh my god, but we were at uni 5 years ago. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro.
No, we were starting uni, like A-level starting uni, innit?
Yeah, because I took
your gap year, yeah. So you were like working, starting uni. I was like A-level starting uni.
No. Because wait, 19, you would have been first year uni, no?
Yeah, but I would have been 18.
What? At 19, you would have been 18.
No, you're a year older than me.
Oh.
So I would have been 18, you'd have been 19. You get what I'm trying to say?
But at 19, exactly. So it was first year of uni.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, we're getting old, nigga.
Oh, bro. Because you know what's mad? I read that
5
question.
years ago. Yeah. Bro, I assumed GCSE.
Bro, that's why I said I wish I wasn't so stressed. And I went, wait, that wasn't when I was 14, 15. Bro.
You have the right to be stressed.
Bro.
You were paying 9K, fam.
Nah, I can't lie.
Smackaroonies.
First year was just, it was so calm, man. Do you remember just every night, you and Favor coming to Scape and I just chilling till like back. And then G-Man.
Hey, I hope that guy's still alive.
Bro, he's probably still there doing the same thing.
Just
As sad as it seems, but yeah. 5 years ago, maybe, I guess I kind of wish I did, I wish I took music more seriously when I was that age, innit? I think, but I don't really regret nothing. Because everything at 19 I was busy making, like, I met you, I met friends. Bro, I can't lie, I wouldn't change anything, I'll be real. Like, I would not change anything. Like, even the down bits, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
Because that shit came together to make a nigga like me.
100.
You know what I'm saying?
100.
But yeah, I think we can conclude that Young Sage segment. I think T especially enjoyed that one. Had him itching his lip, thinking like, bro, I need to get this
they're
answer.
fucking thought-provoking questions. And you know what? I've clocked when people usually ask me them sort of questions, I take so long to actually come back with an answer. Well, I'm just
That's
like,
good though.
I'm just like, oh, allow it, just ask me another one. Because I'm just like, the thinking just gets long. But nah, honestly. To be fair, I've actually enjoyed this episode quite a bit, you know. Like, I always...
The expectations were low, I can't lie. Like, I came
they're
in,
so
we were both quite tired. The heated, and I don't know, I think we grew into it.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if people listen to the end, they would have...
You know what? I feel as if this episode has been more... Like, less us being... We're selling the podcast, but
just the
more
conversation.
Just me and you chatting, and people like... People be tuning in and thinking, oh, I agree with his opinion, I don't agree with his opinion, or be like, oh, but they haven't thought of it like this, Do you get what I mean? So, do you know, we need to think of a way, yeah, to like, I've been thinking about this as well. We need to think of a way to like, even though we're speaking about stuff on the podcast, we get people to kind of chime in with their opinions on what we're speaking about, and like I even want it to be a thing where some people are even challenging us and be like, nah, you're chatting shit.
Only way that could happen is if we go live. Innit?
So you're shrugging his shoulders.
Because you know what's funny?
Shrugging his shoulders.
I originally thought of this. I thought, okay, like time back, I was like, it'd be cool if we could do it like a radio thing. Like have our own like web domain, and then like we give people like a website and they go into it. And then I had an idea.
Part of the process. Right? Because talking too much, right?
Because you know what? I think even more than that, we could, if we were to do it live, it could be a phone call thing, like a phone in.
Yeah, phone in thing. Yeah.
I would love to do Up Agony on. I would love it.
Like dilemmas in that.
I'd love it.
You know
I would love it.
You know what? We've just said one or two things that we may be happening in the future that you guys may want a piece of. And if you want a piece of that, you know what to do. Keep on tuning in every week. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We ain't gonna do this unless we've got a decent enough following. We know that people actually want this. They want to enjoy this. So if you want this, you know what to do, man. Get our views up, get our counts up, get our subscribers up, get our followers up. The Genova Facts Pod on Instagram, and if we reach a little landmark, I don't know, 100 followers, bit small, but got to start somewhere. We might give you a little something. So come on. The pattern.
It might be a little saucy calendar or something, isn't it?
You might see what the shop girl saw. A little bit of... But yeah, agenda. 9 after 9.
No, I think that's it from me, innit? So,
yeah. But yeah, man. Cool. as I finish always, another week, another episode, Agenda Over Facts. It's been a bit of a different vibe, but I've actually really enjoyed this episode. We've gone from how our weeks were to simping for gal them to relationships, sex and relationships, talking about some cutthroat questions about, you know, how we see our lives. We've spoken about how we make decisions in life. We've spoken about Christian Eriksen, speedy recovery. We've spoken about a lot of things, and I feel it's been a bit of a tangent, but it's been a good tangent, I feel. So yeah, you know what it is, season 1, episode 10. We're here for a decade, another decade, another decade, another decade, times 50. Do the maths, because I don't know what that means. But yeah, the dynamic duo. It's your boy T.
It's the young sage Fanuel.
And we out. See you next Wednesday, guys.